Hello, everybody, and happy Labor Day weekend, and welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. We still go on because it's only Labor Day, and today, beware, you are part of the American crisis. But your financial lifeline is here, ladies and gentlemen, because we have solutions here, everybody. In case you're new here, that's what we do. We talk about the problem, then we come up with the solutions and how you can rectify the situation. And it's financial freedom papers is what we're looking for. And once again, welcome. And please check out our Stop Struggling Now gear. Check and like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this. First things first, please share our videos because you never know who you're going to be able to help. We talk about a lot of different things. It's not just one thing. It's not just real estate. It's just not stocks. It's just not crypto. We got to talk about the mindset. Sometimes gold, silver, precious metals, sometimes passive income, daily rewards, the many different ways that you have opportunity right now because you are part of the American financial crisis. Don't think you're not, because everything that's being done, whether it's stimulus money, whether it's extra unemployment money, or paying extra taxes, it's not good for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's all rolling downhill. What this means is we're going to have to make extra money. And that's why it's Money Making Monday on a holiday weekend. Let's see who's going to be here. Please smash the like button. And that's so the YouTube guys know that we are here in the house. And if you like what we're talking about during this live stream, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell. Let's see. All right, now let's get into this. You guys don't understand. Tomorrow, I will be dropping a video, and I'm going to show you, give you a little teaser, because we're going to be talking about the same thing on a video almost. It's going to have a different twist to it, but I want to show you what is going to happen and what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. So I'll give you a little preview now. So here it is. Here's what Morgan Stanley says will fuel another decline in stocks. All right. So that little preview right there, a lot of you may be new here to Stop Struggling Now channel, but I've been saying it. No one else that I know of has been saying it. I've been saying it for a while. This is 1929, 1930, where the stock market keeps going down, stair-stepping down. So when you have these things that go up, like what's going to happen tomorrow, because last week it went down, so there's going to be a stair step back up, but it's going to drop even further down, whether it's the next day, the day after, next week, next month. That's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep all of that in mind. Let me see who's in the house so far. We have Victor Marrero is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, back from the Eurozone and well rested after this weekend, I hope. And he has that icon next to his name. So once again, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he brings one of two taglines. Hi, all. Let's do this. We're going to make it happen. We're going to do it. And we need you, ladies and gentlemen, to understand, beware. You are part of the American crisis. The reason why you're part of it is because, think about this, all-time record high in credit card debt. Now, I know people watching right now, you have credit card debt, but here's the thing. You're part of the American crisis because of this all-time record high on credit card debt. That also means when they raise interest rates, your credit card company is going to be sending you something saying, hey, you're going to have to pay a little bit more interest. So therefore, you are a part of it. How do you get out of it? Reduce your debt. How are you going to reduce your debt if you're living paycheck to paycheck or don't have enough money coming in? Well, voila, you need those extra streams of income, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we're going to be talking about a little bit later. Here's Victor Marrero. There will be a bloodbath this week in the market. More interest rate hikes coming. I agree with you 110%, Mr. Victor Marrero, because he's right. Everything he's saying. Exactly. I don't know. The Federal Reserve is going to increase their interest rates, what, in about a week to 10 days, something like that. So ultimately, what's going to happen, they're going to try and pop it up, I believe. He thinks it's going to be a bloodbath this week. I think they're going to try and pop it up, for instance, tomorrow. So then people are going to go, okay, let me get back in, try to do something tomorrow, buy something up, maybe even for the next 2 days. But then after that, realization is going to set in. Holy smokes, inflation is still inflation. The cost of goods and services are still rising. There's no way out. They're still going to be printing more money. They're still going to be bailing out their buddies, the Federal Reserve, that is, bailing out their buddies, giving their banks money. All this stuff is still going to, nothing has changed. Zero has changed. They're just going to blow up the whole spot. But guess what? If you're in the bottom 70 percentile, you're going to have a harder time than if you're in the top 10%, which is their buddies. I keep saying the Federal Reserve have buddies because I believe they do, because that's who they're looking out for. They're not looking out for you and me. Otherwise, they wouldn't be printing money. They would let their buddies fall like they're supposed to because they don't make a profit. So why are you buying up their debt? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into this little rant, because it always comes inevitably, because it is so disgusting when you think about it. So how are we going to do this? You're going to have a financial lifeline. But once you understand the playing field, you don't get a bailout. All right? Let's just call it what it is. You're not going to get bailed out. The top 10 percenters who have companies and mega corporations, they get bailed out. Your financial lifeline begins with you, ladies and gentlemen. So what are you going to do? In fact, I don't even have this down below in the description tonight because I've mentioned Airbnb experiences before. You need to get on that if you have a skill set, if you're producing something, if you actually go somewhere and show people around town, if you're biking, if you're walking, if you're running, if you have wine night, paint and wine night. These are things that when people come from out of town, they don't know what to do in the city. Put yourself on American or on Airbnb experiences and then get people to pay you as you're going around doing your life. Monetize yourself. That's what you need to do now, ladies and gentlemen. There's just no way around it. Whether you monetize yourself with YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it doesn't matter. If you are good at writing and need to do an e-course, an e-book, anything that you can monetize yourself from your skills, you need to do that. That is number one goal right now. And it's easier than ever since it's you, so you can spend some time to do it. And video is easier than ever. You have all these platforms you can load up whatever you want to load up to. So why not do that, ladies and gentlemen? All right. That's one of the ways that you can get things started. Start your own business. That's risky, but sometimes you don't have to. All right. Here we go. Yes, took a break today for Labor Day. Tomorrow, back to the grinding and thinking mode, working on next passive income stream. Very well said, Victor Marrero. That's what we're trying to do out here. We need extra streams of revenue. They're going to be shut down. This is an American crisis is going on. We don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow, YouTube could shut down. I'm only using this as an example. I don't believe it will. I'm just giving an example. YouTube could shut down. Millions of people are making extra streams of revenue from YouTube and its auxiliary format, from sponsors, from being able to have affiliate links and things like that. Imagine if YouTube shut down. That'd be millions of people all of a sudden going, oh my God, right? Because they're not going to have the sponsors. They're not going to be able to get any money from YouTube from AdSense. They're not going to be able to use their links in a platform that generally has thousands of people watching them and a few people clicking on their links. All that money's gone. That could happen, but it's not YouTube, let's say. Let's just say it's any business USA. There are going to be so many businesses, you're going to have to rely on your skill set. So what are you going to do? American, I keep saying American, Airbnb experiences. Okay, hold on. I always have to leave this link, which I'll probably put down below in the description if you want to become a host, or you can do Airbnb for real estate. You have a shed in your backyard, you have a casita, an extra house on your property, extra room that you want to rent. I mean, you're going to have to make these extra streams of revenue, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the way it is. All right. This is not over. See, that's the thing. They're lulling you to sleep, thinking that, oh, this is just going to be a soft landing. There's no such thing as a soft landing when it's 1929, 1930. There's no soft landing coming. They're raising the interest rates this month, like Victor Morel has alluded to earlier. So therefore, we have to plan. And anyhow, I put the Airbnb experiences. The link is down below. Please use that. In fact, see, that's a affiliate link, referral link. So same thing you would do. All right. Now, let's get into something else, because Victor Morel just came back. He asked me about this the other day. And we actually hear a sister properties called SSN Lifestyle. This is designed so you can make extra streams of income, extra streams of revenue, passive income, residual income. SSN Lifestyle is a membership website, but you can still have a free membership, which actually isn't a membership in reality, but you can have a free that costs you zero money, and then you can be an affiliate. Then you can earn some commission, which is referral marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it. But there's products and services there, meaning there's health products, meaning there's vacation rental products, meaning you can sign up other people to become members. Just for starters, we have a ring of fire that we call it, which is called the business opportunities or passive income opportunities. And so therefore, you're setting yourself up for earning daily rewards, daily return on any of your money that you put in. That's what we're trying to do. Or monthly. If you're a member, you receive bonus money. Anybody that's watching this right now that's a member of SSN Lifestyle, you're going to have a bonus payout later on today. So tomorrow you'll see your bonus payout. That's a bonus just for being a member, but you have to be a paying member. You can't be the free one. But anyhow, they're getting a small little payout, which is cool. Everybody from the month of July, there'll be a payout coming. Next month, later this month, there'll be from August payout bonus money. So that's how it's going to go down there. Plus, you have other business opportunities. That is major. And so I'm going to put down the Airbnb down below. And we talked about some other business ventures, Ring of Fire, which was Fingernails to Go countertop unit. Vanessa Comagate was kind enough on was it last week's live stream? She was kind enough to sit here and explain her plan on how she was going to get $10,000 a month. And it was intricate, but simple. Anybody could almost do this, but it required you to have a location at a mall. And then she had a person that can give them paper, meaning a derivative. So if you told somebody they can start their own business and get a $4,000 machine, and it's only going to cost you $25 per day, plus we can give you the paper, meaning somebody will give you a loan for the $4,000 unit. That is a win. So now she just needs somebody to say, okay. And then, of course, the kiosk at the mall was $1,900 per month. The people that would pay actually takes care of that. Then those people are off to the races with their own business, and all they submitted was literally nothing, because they can get a loan for the full $4,000. This is Fingernails to Go is what I'm talking about. You can't get it from the company this way. She has her own program, how she figured it out, where she's charging, I say $4,000, but she's charging $5,000. So somebody can start their business for literally $25 per day. They have a spot at the mall. You can buy the machine, but it's going to be financed. So no money out of pocket to start your business. That is not a ring of fire. I'm just giving you an option to think about other opportunities, because that's an opportunity. You can send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow if this is something that would interest you. and or you can watch last Monday's live stream where she explains it in more depth. All right. I'm just giving you a brief overview. So therefore, that gives you the idea that, hey, I can start something. In fact, if you have went to beauty school, if you have your beautician's license for nails or even hair, it does not even matter. This would benefit you greatly. Somebody comes to you and says, hey, I have this fingernails to go machine, and I have a place, a kiosk at the mall. You just pay me $25 per day, and I have financing for you for the $5,000 for you to get the machine. That's a win-win in my opinion. You have a location where people are coming to the mall. You can start building up your clientele. That's a win-win versus trying to go to a nail salon and then paying them for their seat. And sure, I don't know what the splits are, but all I'm saying is you own the fingernails to go machine, which now means it's portable. So now you just created a portable business. Either you can be at the mall and pay your $25 a day, or you can just start your portable nail business. It's incredible, and it's designer nails that you can create in less than 5 minutes. Any design on all 10 nails. Is that incredible or what? All right. So that's something to think about. And if you want to get involved, we have a fingernails to go ring of fire at SSN Lifestyle. But Victor Marrero's here. So we have also, I need to explain some other things. I don't want to turn this into the debt box and business opportunities and things like that, but I have to, right? This is Money Making Monday live stream. And if you just showed up, please smash that like button. And also, I want to point out Victor Marrero here has the icon next to his name. That means he's a member of the channel. And if you'd like to become a member of the channel, you can always hit the join button, not the subscribe button, but also the subscribe button and the join button, and check out the memberships. Also, members on Wednesday Night Live, members are the only ones that can be in the chat room. On Fridays and Mondays, everybody can be in the chat room. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. But on Wednesday, you have to have this icon like Victor Marrero next to your name. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the real question. Who out here took Monday off? Are you out here partying, drinking, eating, ribbing up, and doing all this fun stuff? I'm not going to blame you. I can't blame anybody. Most people are working Monday through Friday. Get 2 days off. Those 2 days off, you're trying to do your chores, catching up for everything that you couldn't do during the week. Then you say, hey, I'm going to watch some baseball, football, some sports event, maybe just lounge around, catch up on some TV. Who knows? Next thing you know, it's time to go back to work. So an extra day off, people take advantage. I can't blame you for that. But how about if you didn't have to worry about if it was a holiday or not? See, that's where you want to be, where you don't even know there's a holiday. Think about that for a minute. How about you have so much time where you could be anywhere, any place, anytime you want to be, that you're not even thinking, you don't have to plan for a holiday. You're already just going, I do whatever I want anyhow, right? So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. And so you know what this means. Some of you may not be here and may not have heard my story before, but I got to give you a little story for exactly what I'm talking about. Miguel, Army retired veterans in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He has the icon next to his name as well. Thank you so much again for being here, Victor, Eric. God bless you and the SSN family. Thank you so much. God bless you as well. Miguel, I appreciate you being here once again. Thank you so much for your support with the icon. So I'm going to give you the short story. Victor Marrero and Miguel probably already heard this before. So, you know, Victor Marrero showing some love. Miguel, I'm retired. Same to you, brother. So I'm going to give you the story, ladies and gentlemen, just to prove the point. Here's what happened. So the wife, she has her birthday in February. So I'm sitting there like, hey, I'm going to take her to Vegas, February. I don't even care what, I'm not looking at any calendars. So now I get to stay a whole week in Las Vegas. I'll tell you the place, the Grand View at Las Vegas. Stay the whole week there. And it cost me $450. So I stay the whole week there. I check out. and a guy named Rami used to be the manager there, front desk manager, I guess. But anyhow, Rami, I'm checking out, and I say, "Hey, Rami, man, what's going on? How many rooms you got? Because I'm supposed to go to LA, but in case the guy cancels or I don't go, how much are rooms tonight?" He's like, "Oh man, don't worry about it. I'll have a room. No worries." So now I get ready to leave, getting ready to get on the road, getting gas right by there across the bridge. The guy calls me and says, I can't meet you in LA at that spot. I said, "Oh, damn. All right, cool." I go back and see Rami. Rami goes, "Eric, the rooms are $400 a night." I was like, "Rami, come on, man. Stop playing. I just paid $450 for the whole week." He's like, "No, it's like $400 tonight. But don't you know what weekend this is?" I was like, "What are you talking about? What weekend?" Because it was a Saturday, actually, when I checked out. He's like, "Don't you know? This is President's Weekend." I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me." I didn't know. I never had to pay attention to this. Was 10 years ago. I never had to pay any attention to this. So then I'm sitting there like, this is crazy. He's joking. He wasn't joking. So then he says, "Hey, Eric, I'm going to call around for you because I know some other places." Now, he starts saying some crazy nonsense like this budget suites. So I was like, "What's that?" I said, "Isn't that a place off of, I think it's Flamingo, Tropicana, sorry, Tropicana." He's like, yeah. I said, "Okay, man, come on." I said, "But just for giggles and grin, just see how much it is, because this 400 thing, that ain't working for me." He goes, he calls them up. Those people they had a sign out front that used to say something like $129 a night. He tells me they want $299. I said, "Come on, man. This is crazy." I said, "I don't know." So then I said, "Okay, if we're going to play this game, no worries, man. I might as well just go out to the Prim, Nevada shopping zone, go out there to the outlets, and I'll stay at that place tonight for $25. He calls Prim, Nevada for those runs. I've never stayed there, but from what I heard, they're not that nice. But anyhow, I said, I'll just hang out there, start laughing. He calls them up. They say $179 per night. I was like, okay, enough. So I go to the computer. I look on Expedia and all this. Sure enough, it's like, oh my God, people are paying this kind of money for places like where I stayed at. Those places are $350, $400 a night. I was like, oh my God. So while I'm sitting there, I'm typing keys and I'm like, wait a minute, how can I get some of this money? And that's when it started. And I started the renting units from people that own timeshares. I started renting their units on Craigslist. What it turned into was about 6 months to a year later, all of a sudden I get a call from what you guys now know as Airbnb. We're a representative of Airbnb. Who? What? Who are you? Yes, we actually are starting a new rental company, short term, where people can, sleep in somebody's room, guest house, apartments, condos, homes. I was like, are you serious? Okay. So now the question is, okay, I'm smiling on the phone and I'm like, okay, how much do you want? You want me to pay you? They're like, oh, no. We're just starting out. In fact, we have a special. We're not even going to charge you anything at all. So when Airbnb first came out, I wasn't charged anything. Then over the next year, I think it was, all of a sudden they go, oh, no, we got to charge you this 3.5% or 3%, whatever. I said, 3%, that's it? They're like, yeah. I said, I'm still rolling with you. Hopefully you guys grow up and blow up. And they were just like, oh, yeah, we're blowing up. Check out some commercials coming out. And the rest is history. All right? So you never know what business you're doing. There may be another catalyst. So there already existed Craigslist and eBay, but there was no platform that you could just sit there and put your product or service on the platform like you can now, like Amazon. You can do that with your house and rent it out temporarily, 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, 10 days. That didn't exist. So now that opened up the floodgates where now people were going to Airbnb. Then VRBO shows up. And VRBO had the same similar program at first. Then they changed to a different platform where they said, oh, you got to pay us $249 or $299 a year. And then you keep all the money. That was a better program, actually. So that worked out for a while. But I ultimately loved Airbnb because you didn't have to pay anything. You only pay on Airbnb when somebody rents. So even the $299 was nice. They still have that to this day. Might even be more. But that's the one, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I'm talking about. When you start your own business and you start doing your own things, there could be offshoots that come out of nowhere. When I first started YouTube, I was just doing it to help people, just like I do now. And then all of a sudden, I got an email from Google one day saying, hey, do you know that you qualify to get paid monthly? I was like, what? You can get paid monthly from this? They said, yeah, you got to sign up. You qualify. I was like, okay, I'll take that. But I didn't start out that way. I didn't even know nothing about that. So I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Yesterday, I received a construction update video from Connor Rock Galaxy from a friend staying at the Hard Rock, looking at closing end of 2023. You talking about your Galaxy? That's cool. And Victor Morrell, you know you're supposed to be sending me some of these. Is it allowed? Please send me the video so I can post it up. Support at stopstrugglingnow.com. As you know, hopefully it's not bigger than whatever, 30 megabytes. But nonetheless, please, in case you guys don't understand, this is a pre-construction property that Victor Marrero actually was ahead of me in 2018, I believe. He was in the DR, Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, and he bought a pre-construction property, 2-bedroom at Connor Rock Galaxy. All right. Connor Rock Galaxy is one of the top 5 places to buy a pre-construction. Pre-construction means no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. Now, at the end of your 2-year, 3-year, 4-year, whatever the case may be, project is delivered to you, meaning your condo is finished or your villa is finished, you're going to have to put down 10% to 20% in some cases. And then you start making your monthly payments for 2-3 years. And then at the end of that time, you're going to put down an additional 20, 30, or 40%, depending on the project. And then you'll have a loan to value of 60, 50%, 60%, 70%. Then you can finance it at that point or pay it off in cash. But to initially start, you don't have to worry about credit checks or anything because you're putting skin in the game. This is the real estate portion of the live stream tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Real estate investing is always number one. So once again, he bought it Connor Rock 2018. It was supposed to close, I believe, like almost maybe even a year ago. And COVID happened. And of course, other things occurred as well. But COVID has delayed what they were doing over there. So now it's supposed to be done at the end of 2023. I'm still skeptical about that date. But if they've started on Galaxy finally, maybe they can make that date. But either way, he's been waiting a long time. And just so you know, he bought the property around $230,000, I believe. $230,000 as a 2-bedroom. Connor Rock is at the Hard Rock Casino Hotel. And it's Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. The Punta Cana Hard Rock Casino and Hotel is on the beach, Powdery Sands. And they built the Galaxy and a few other projects on their golf course. So he's on the golf course. I believe the Galaxy is the closest to the pool. Closest to the ocean, to the beach. So I think he's less than 100 yards away from the beach, if I got my bearings right. And he's also close to the beach club. So Galaxy, I think, is the closest one. All the rest is a little further away. But he's on a golf course. He's at the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. It also allows you, if you're an owner there, I think it's $110, $120 that you can get people a bracelet. So now if he rents his place out, which is going to be a premium, he can add in the built-in extra $100 over the course, whether he's going to give it for a day or 2 or 3, he's going to have the availability from the rental to say, okay, I'll take out $50 or $100, $200 from this weekly rental and give somebody a 1-day pass, but he may give somebody an everyday pass for the week, that how long they're staying there. Who knows? But he should be able to make that money back, and people can golf and use the facilities at the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. That's an added bonus. Plus have a 2-bedroom. That's a real bonus, because at the Hard Rock, most of their rooms are basically built like a studio. All right. So whether you have a studio and can sleep 4, a studio that can sleep 2, and then of course they do have suites, but see, their suites are not cheap. Even their studio unit's not cheap when you have the all-inclusive going on. All right. So some people could be spending, depending on the time of year, they could be spending $500, $600, $700 for a studio unit per night. So how much is a 2-bedroom condo with a full kitchen, a full bona fide living room, and they have a balcony as well? And now you have another pool downstairs, and you're on the golf course, and a restaurant in your building. How much is that going to be worth? Okay, some of you may say it's not worth $400 or $500 a night. Okay, some people it might be worth $300 a night to them. Some it might be $400 a night. But once you understand what's going on in the Punta Cana area, all of a sudden you're like, holy smokes, they're going to be jam-packed during January, February, March, April, May, June, July. We don't know the August. Oh, wait a minute. The August numbers might come out. Just so you know, they broke a record. In June, they broke their all-time tourist record for the month, and overall for the month, all-time record for June. Then somehow they turned around, and the record was broken in the month of July at 745,000 visitors to Dominican Republic. Out of that, roughly 52% went to Punta Cana. All right, just that blows me away. So when you're starting to talk about 300, 350, 380, 400,000 people a month in off season. I call June, July, August off seasons. I call it off season in Florida, but it's no longer off season, ladies and gentlemen. People are dealing with the humidity. They have no problem with humidity apparently anymore. All right. So now the only off season is going to be September, October, November. We'll see, because that's supposedly hurricane season, right? So we're going to find out what's going to happen. But just so you know, in the Dominican Republic, in case you decide to invest there, they have 85% occupancy rate throughout the year in the DR. Just so you know. So it's not like they don't have people going there all year long. But now there's a reason for people to go there even more, because they made it their mandatory tourism business. The president of the DR said, you know what? We want that investment. We want people coming over here. They've courting Hollywood. There's some movies from J-Lo, Vin Diesel that have shot over there in Dominican Republic. So that's why they're doing that. Then they started saying, well, we have all this forest, right? They said, forget all that forest. What we're going to do is we're going to get people over here where they can buy condos for $100,000, $80,000, $200,000, $300,000, all price points. So now they get people in there, and all this pre-construction going on means there has to be infrastructure, and they're spending billions on infrastructure. All right. All over the island. It's just not Punta Cana, but Punta Cana is designated as what I'm going to call the Americana zone. That's what I'm going to call it. They are catering towards European travelers, United States, Canadian travelers, Chinese, Asian travelers that are wealthy. That's what they're catering toward. And when they're catering toward wealthy people, you're not going to come over there and act like a 2-lane road is going to be good enough with potholes in it, right? You're not going to act like water is like problematic. So what do? They said, hey, can we get some big time companies to come over here and invest in this region? Because we're setting this up just like if you're in Orlando, if you're in Miami, if you're in Hollywood area, Venice Beach, that's what we want. That's what we're setting up. That's why they have Kathmandu coming there. That's why they decided to build downtown, which is basically desolate for all these years. They finally said, oh, hey, we got convention center coming. We're going to put some more restaurants down here, bars, clubs, and some cool ass projects, meaning The beach, for instance, is a cool ass project. REA, shout out to Miguel. He's got a property at REA downtown where they're going to actually have some shopping down below their units, and it's open. It's going to be off the charts, and it's across, well, not across, but it's close to Coco Bongo, which is the entertainment center, almost kind of like a mix of Vegas shows, nightclub, all in one, restaurant. So that is less than 100 yards away from REA. So all I'm saying is those are the type of places that they're building. They're going to have a shopping downtown, open shopping center, kind of like the way it looked from their downtown plaza PDF. It looks like when you go to Orlando and they have the north and the south, or when you go to Vegas, they have the north and the south, where you have those shopping outlets. That's what it looked like in their pictures that they're going to have downtown too. So that means they're building that. Convention centers and some condo hotels are still coming. They're not done. They're going to build some more malls too around the area. So all I'm saying is they're building it, catering it towards people that travel, and they're building it toward USA standards. So that means 4-lane highways. That means restaurants. That means shopping. That means ATVs, zip lines, right? You're going to have these experiences. Water park. They just spent $30 or $40 million to upgrade their water park with a day club and a nightclub, which by the way, I hope I have that video because I might show it. All right, let's see who else is in the house tonight. It looks like we have some arrivals. Leah Dennis from NJ's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here today with the icon next to your name. And she says, happy holiday, SSN family, and special shout out to Eric B, Victor M, Miguel ARV. Thank you so much for that shout out, Leah Dennis. And thank you once again for being here and for your support with that icon next to your name. And hi, Leah. Good evening. Showing the love in the house, ladies and gentlemen, from Victor Marrero. All right, Miguel says good evening to you too. Auntie Val is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she has the icon next to her name. And if you're not knowing, now you're going to know, AKA Professor Auntie Val is in the house. She says her tagline, good evening, fam. She's got to do the heart, showing the love, showing the support, showing the strength. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. She's the one, Professor Victor Morel. Another reason the market will be red this week. I suspect the China lockdown today due to COVID will impact U.S. markets big time. It can also impact the construction of our properties in the DR. Victor Marrero, exactly right. You are exactly right. In fact, came up today because I was checking out, in case you guys missed that cruise on land property. The pre-construction has been out for about 6 months, but the reason, because COVID and all this stuff has been going on, it went by the radar. They're only in phase 1 right now for buildings 1 and 2. They have a ton of studio units, AKA what they call 1 bedrooms. I'm not playing their Euro game. I'm playing the American game. A studio is a studio. I don't care what you want to call it. They can call it a 1 bedroom. I'm not. Whenever there's no door and whenever there's no bedroom with a door and there's a bathroom in that bedroom, that is not a 1 bedroom to me. All right. Now, I will say this. If you get one of those studio suites, you could put a door in between because it's actually 44 square meters. So you can actually, they have a desk in the middle and you can actually put a door. So you can actually turn it into a 1 bedroom because it's inside. So the HOA should not have a problem with that. So you can change your studio into a bona fide 1 bedroom and separate it. People like a 1 bedroom better than a studio if you can get it. I'm just saying that's an option. And for $76,000 or $77,000, it could be worth it. And in my eyes, it kind of is worth it. The only problem is it's a 1 bedroom. But nonetheless, if you missed the cruise on land, that property is out there with all type of amenities. All right. So just keep these things in mind. And as Victor Marrero was saying right here, this crisis, it will impact DR. I agree with him 100% on this. You guys have to understand some of the steel, some of the building and materials that America used to supply the world. China's doing that now. America still supplies the world with materials to build. The problem, though, is, are you going to buy something that costs you $100 a square foot versus 50 a square foot? So most people are going to go, I'm going with that Chinese steel because it's cheaper than the American steel, right? I'm not saying that's what the DR is doing. All I'm saying is this is an example. So if there's a shutdown in China and you could buy something at $50 a square foot versus the $100 a square foot, you're going to sit there and go, we got time. There's no time. Why are we going to spend 100, 120? Because the price will go up now. Why are we going to spend this money? We'll just wait. We'll just delay it. Because the people are paying monthly. That doesn't change. When they get up to their whatever their 36 or 24 month agreement ends, we don't get paid until delivery anyhow. But we can't pay double. Otherwise, we're going to have to come back to our investor and go, hey, you're going to have to give us an extra 10% if it's built in the contract. Or in the case of Christopher and Epic people, give us an extra 30% because it wasn't built in the contract. And by the way, if you're doing your cruise and land, I was trying to get an idea on their contract, the cruise and land, Punta Cana condos, pre-construction. In case you don't know, I dropped a video yesterday about it. In their contract, apparently there's no cap. They have something in their contract that says they go by something called an ICDV, something like that, based on, that's the Dominican Republic, based on their inflation number. So last month, like 0.23% increase. They're saying, and their wording, which I can't read Spanish that good, but their wording is something like they get to add 2.5%. Now, I was like, is this a cap? Because if that's not a cap, we all know inflation is going to get worse. So in your contract, you better not sign any cruise on land contract unless there's a hard cap, because you don't want to show up thinking you got a great deal. Like Leo Ramirez bought his, what they're calling a 1-bedroom penthouse for $90,000. And then, because it's not going to be built till 2025, then in 2025, you're thinking, okay, I put down my 10%. I paid my 30%. So you paid, roughly $55,000 or whatever. It was actually $27,900 is what he's paying plus the 10%. So let's say 40 grand. I'll just put it that way. I don't know the number. But anyhow, well, actually 36,000. I know the number. 36,000. So now you're going to owe another 54,000, right? So that's roughly 60%. It is 60%. But you're going to be pissed if they go, hey, your property went up. Your property value went up in 2025. Now the property's worth, let's say 140. Your loan to value is looking nice and sweet. You're sitting there like, oh, this is beautiful. I only owe 57. That means I only have a 30%, 35% LTV. Yes, I'll be able to get a loan from anybody. But then they turn around and tell you, hey, we're sorry. It cost an extra $30,000, $40,000 because of the materials costing and cost of inflation. You're going to be upset. You're going to be like, wait, what did you just say? So now I really pay 120, 130. You're not going to love life at that point, because you're going to go, man, I lost all this equity. You're not going to be happy. This is what happened to Christopher and Epic owners, because they didn't have a cap in their contract. Now, Panorama owners, in their contracts, it says that they can go from 0 up to 10%. Panorama Lake owners, they got notice that they're going to have to increase 7%. All right? So if somebody bought something for $100,000, now it's going to cost them $107,000. You can almost live with that, because their properties are worth well more than that $7,000 increase, probably another 50% increase. So they're still good. But there's a big difference between somebody saying it's a $7,000 increase from something you bought at $100,000 versus them coming going, it's $140,000. Big difference. Okay. So don't get caught up in that. So if you do any cruise and land purchases, Leo Ramirez, before you sign on the dotted line officially with that contract, make sure there's some sort of cap, because if you leave it open, you could find yourself like Christopher. Now, I haven't gotten full verification. They're checking it out. It wasn't a holiday there, but they're checking it out, because the way I read this, it doesn't say a cap. It just says we can do 2.5%. And then it talks about we're going by this ICDV number. And I was like, hold on a second. If 0.23% is every month, that means at the end of the year, we're going to be at around 3%. So when you have 3 years to build something, when we're talking about 3%, that'd be 9 or 10% more. But we all know inflation is more than 3%. So I'm just going, are you telling me it's 9% plus 2.5 possibilities? Or are we going by inflation was 10% in 2023, 10% in 2024? And then next thing I know, you're telling me, oh, that $90,000, you got to pay me $120 now. I don't want to wake up 3 years from now, when after you've paid all those monthly payments, 35 of them, and then find out that this thing actually costs 30 grand, 40 grand more. That defeats the whole purpose, because then you could just wait. And that's what is very scary. And that's what you got to pay attention to. All right. So I agree with him wholeheartedly what's going to happen, and that's going to impact the pricing. Miguel, good evening to Auntie Val. Thank you, showing the love. Hi, Miguel, back. Victor Marrero, hi, Auntie Val, good evening. Hi, Victor. Nothing but love up in here, ladies and gentlemen. You got to come to the zone. Hope you had a wonderful trip. Yep, he did. Leah Dennis, good evening. Auntie Val, nothing but love up in here tonight. Oh, Victor Marrero showing that Euro love. Absolutely unforgettable trip. That just accelerated our plans to move to Europe next year. He cracks me up. On a more permanent basis, contacted the Spanish consulate in Miami to get the retirement visa started. Victor Marrero, he's going to Spain. Right on, man. Oh, if you got the visa, that means you got the Eurozone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna say it like it is. Again, you guys know I have nothing but love for Europe, right? I'm just gonna keep saying it. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You're in America, basically, it's not the same. If you never have gotten out of the country, I would highly advise, if you can visit us anywhere in Europe and actually visit more than one country, go to Europe. You can take the train even. It's not like the train is simple. You get to eat, drink, chill out, Wi-Fi, relax, and it's moving. It's not 60, 70 miles an hour. It's moving. So you get to your destination pretty fast. So here's the thing. Europe is different countries. America is different states. States in America do not compare to different countries in Europe. History in America is not the same as history in Europe. Europe is older, thousands of years older. So you, as an American citizen, should go across the pond and go experience Europe now, like yesterday. Then your perspective coming back to the USA, you're going to have a whole different thing. You're going to be like, oh, you're going to have to humble yourself at that point, because you're going to be like, oh, wait, we're not the leaders. Oh my God, what's going on over here? These guys they handle biz and do things a little different. Life is different, and maybe not even as stressful when you think about it. So all I'm saying, and by the way, if you're an SSN Lifestyle member, you guys are going to be one of the luckiest on the planet, because there's going to be some things coming out, because you will have opportunities to fly over to different places outside the United States at unbelievable discounted rates on airlines. I'm talking not a slow boat. We're talking about flying over, and you'll be able to get better discounts than what you see on the website. Victor Marrero, I think he might have spent, well, his trip, I don't know how much his trip was, but I'm pretty sure it was 800. Well, it could have been 600, 700. 800, somewhere between 600 and 800 probably was his tickets over to Spain. And maybe he'll let us know. But the point I'm trying to make is if it's $600 or $700 on the open market, you guys, SSN Lifestyle members, you'll be able to go for less. So you'd be able to send over something saying, hey, I'm gonna go to wherever. So how much is it? And to any major airport to major airport, that's the greatest discounts that you can get. So if somebody's paying $700 to go to Spain, in fact, why I should even know this, from I can't remember, from somewhere on the East Coast to Barcelona in October, they were going to spend $800, 808. But if they would have been a member of SSN Lifestyle, that 808 would have been 600 or 550. All right, they wouldn't have to pay the 808. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Membership will have its privileges. So all I'm trying to say is go to Europe. All right. But this visa thing that Victor Morello's about to do, it unlocks a whole different world. And he actually went to some places that everybody, in fact, Victor Morello went to Florence, Naples, Rome. Those in itself is interesting. But he also went to, I can't believe he went to Cannes. He eventually, if he goes there, then that means he's going to Monte Carlo. These are places south of France, French Riviera. These are places everybody should go. I'm just saying. All right? Go to some of these places. One of them, two of them, just go. It's affordable. And when you get there and come back, then talk to me. All right? And I'm not saying that in a good or bad way. I'm just saying, come talk to us. Let us know how your experiences was. Eric, now that we secured an Airbnb in the Caribbean, we really should look at an Airbnb in Europe, Spain, Italy, Portugal, location. We have no choice now. Victor Morel, funny you mentioned that. Yeah, exactly. Quite frankly, though, you're right on about that. Well, actually, not much pre-construction, but properties there are not that expensive because a lot of people don't make that as much as you make in America. You're spoiled here in America. All right. So there's affordable properties over in Europe. Granted, they're older. So what? I have no problem, but they're built better. That's all I can say. But he's right. He mentioned Spain, Italy, Portugal. Yeah. Those would be great locations. My south of France, unfortunately, not going to happen. Too expensive for me. But who knows? Maybe the day will come because you guys know there's going to be a worldwide wipeout. Beware, you are part of the American crisis, but you're also a part of the worldwide crisis. So when the economy for housing goes down here, guess what? It's happening in Europe too. Their central banks did the same thing the United States central banks and the Federal Reserve has done. Printed money, loaned it to their friends to buy all these assets. They're going to go down in value, and you're going to be able to go over there and pick up cheap property as well. So Victor Morello's onto something, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Kim Cham, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Agree about the studio versus one bedroom. Thank you, Kim Cham. That's regarding that if she's any studio or one bedroom. It doesn't have to be cruise on land. But again, you guys know my positions. If anything, if you're going to go with something that can sleep four, then I highly advise one bedroom. That's all I can say. And Kim Cham saying I agree because you want privacy. Even if you have kids, even if you have friends coming with you. Again, I will say this again. If you're not familiar with rentals, I am highly familiar with them. Again, I always talk about my favorite place, Napa Valley, California is one of my favorite places because I stay at Vino Bello. All right. Vino Bello has a studio unit. They changed it. It used to be able to have 2 king beds. They changed it to where 1 king bed and now a sofa sleep. But here's the thing. People don't mind studio units, but your studio unit has a cap. So in other words, the studio unit that can sleep 4 people, whether it's 2 beds or sofa sleeper, generally off like now, well, maybe not now, but in about 2 months, for about 5 months, $359, $399 per night. All right. Now, when you get into prime time, which is like now every weekend, it might cost $499 a night for the studio. So the thing is, though, if you had a 2-bedroom, you get to charge $1,000 a night. That's the difference. $600 per night between a studio and a 2-bedroom. That adds up, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So that is the problem, or shall I say the deficiency that a studio incurs. Now, the other thing is the amount of people that can sleep there. That also has a different bearing on things as well. So that's why you want to have a place that can sleep as many people comfortably as possible. So 1-bedrooms are fine. You can get cheap 1-bedrooms in Vistacana, in Punta Cana, or in Dominican Republic. This is true. But again, if you're going to do that, then you're going to have to figure out, you got to optimize. So how are you going to optimize? Well, you're going to do what Leo Ramirez did. And you're going to say, what did he do? He got a penthouse unit. So now he has an upstairs with the terrace on it. Now, the only thing is the terrace does not have a bedroom up there. But the $1 million question is going to be for the HOA, can I put a room up there? Because that, for $90,000 plus whatever it costs to put in 4 walls, which isn't that much, it's concrete. But all I'm saying, whatever that costs, that would be worth it. Because then you just turn something into almost a 2-bedroom type environment and 2 separate areas, because the terrace actually has a full bath up there. That's pretty cool. All right. And a jacuzzi, by the way. So that is one of the things right there. We're talking about real estate investing. This is how you get your financial lifeline, ladies and gentlemen. You want passive income? Then you go buy cheap property. Don't go buy property right now. Not now. Don't do it. You're going to wait, because the video coming out tomorrow is actually talking about this. Do not be catching a falling knife. Property values are going to decrease because Victor Marrero started this off saying the Fed's going to increase their interest rate. Home prices are going to come down, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So why not wait till next year? The Fed's going to increase interest rates this month and in December and in maybe January, February, March. They're going to do it one of those months. So interest rates are going to go up. Housing prices are going to continue to fall. So why don't you just pick up the pieces? Don't try to catch a falling knife. Just sit back, relax, and chill out. It's your investment dollars. Just get more duffel bags of cash handy. No reason to invest at this point. Same with the stock market, quite frankly. Same with crypto. BTC under 20,000 again, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I had to put that back up. Vanessa, Gates in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to your name. Thank you so much once again. And she says, hey, Boston SSN fam, get your money. That's right, Vanessa Gate. How's that Fingernails to Go project coming along? Because there is one other thing I forgot about. I was thinking about the other day. I was like, oh, wait, I forgot. I have to sign a lease or something. What's that lease? $1,900 a month at that location. Are they asking me for a 6-month lease or a 1-year lease? Is there any prepay? Do I get a few extra months free? Well, that's only if I sign a lease. So what is that status? Please give us an update, because that was one of the last levers, because I have to secure the space before we actually secure the individuals. So hopefully that's going well, and you started it off, and I talked about you earlier, the genius. And I originally said the evil genius, but I haven't figured out a different way, because I was going to give her the nickname of the evil genius, but the evil part That's not good because she's not doing evil work, but it still means cool. But the point is, I have to come up with something else. So now that's why I have to refer to her as the genius so far. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you want to find out about business opportunities? We have people in the house here. Don't let the niceties fool you. We have people here that's been in business for decades, who's done so many different things that if you have any questions about starting a business, creating a business, still in the middle of a business, and you need some help, that's what the chat room's for. You might as well use it. This is a SSN Academy, SSN University as well, although we don't charge tuition. All right. What's good, sis? From Auntie Val, Professor Auntie Val. Auntie Val, getting much needed rest, love. Hope all is good with you. Nothing but love in the house. All good, but very busy. No rest for me yet. That's how it works. Sometimes the entrepreneur. Tomorrow, back to my science lab, sis. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Back in the lab. That's what I'm doing in the lab, ladies and gentlemen. Auntie Val, there you go. Victor Morero says in Europe, you don't even have to take the bullet train to travel between countries. Just fly. Yep, you can fly between Europe countries. Oh, Victor Morero, he done let the cat out the bag. Victor Morero let the cat out the bag. Yeah, let the cat. Victor Morero, I wasn't going to say anything about the cost of flights going from country to country. I wasn't going to say nothing about it because people don't know. I wanted them to find out when they get there, when they're going, hey, why is Eric keep saying go country to country? Victor Morero, let it out the bag, ladies and gentlemen. I will say one other thing, though. Here again, I will say this. If you go to Europe, and don't just bring one bag, because you're going to be in the same situation as me. 2 bags, and they started going, that'll be $120, sir. And I'm like, but my ticket was $40. What do you say? I'm like, wait, you're charging me more for my bag than the damn ticket? Yep. But like I said, it's always good when you have that visa or when you have a dual citizenship and you're traveling to that country and you're hanging out and they're looking at you like, oh, he's a Eurozone guy. That's right. Just this once, we'll let you slide. You don't have to pay that $120 per bag. $240, ladies and gentlemen, is what it was going to cost. We had 4 bags. 1 bag free. The other bags, $120 each. Cost me $80 to fly. I'm like, wait, $240? Seriously? Have you lost your mind? Okay. Hold on. Look. They're like, oh, no worries. We'll let you slide this one time. I was like, thank you. $240 for bags. Crazy. Out of Switzerland, that was, by the way. Maria Barnes is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she's part of this equation. The financial freedom train. She's on it, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known as Mrs. Cool around here. And she says her tagline, hello, Eric and SSN family. I hope everyone is doing good. I hope you're doing well. Oh, by the way, I got the notification. She's the only one that's mentioned she's received the notification tonight. Who else saw the notification and who received the YouTube trailer? Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And Vanessa Comagate, it is cheaper overseas than American. You can live well. Yes, in certain locations in Eurozone. This is very, very true. But when I try to hang out in my favorite cities, they're like, oh, no. This is going to cost you to stay here in this little place. All right. It is cheaper. Yeah, still. And it is kind of funny, too, because not everybody's making 100 and 200 euros, 200,000 euros a year. But it's very interesting. Auntie Val, hi, Maria. Good to see you. Almost forgot I got the notification, too. That's 2 people. Thank you so much for letting me know. Maria Barnes. Hello, Auntie Val. Thank you. Look at Victor Morero. Victor Morero saying another trip that I'm sure some people here know. Get the Delta Sky Miles American Express. Hey, he's right. We travel for free using the miles we build throughout the year. We use the card for absolutely everything. He's just giving you another one. Victor Marrero, I used to talk about this but a long time ago, 2 years, 3 years ago. I used to say, hey, get those miles, ladies and gentlemen. They come in handy because, again, sometimes you can get your upgrades on the miles, airline tickets. You can also get free luggage done. You can also get in the airline lounges. All of that pays off in the long run. If you're going to be spending money anyhow, you might as well do it. Very good advice, Victor Marrero. See, he's getting into it, ladies and gentlemen. That retirement in his brain is kicked in. He's like, hold on. I think I'm going to go do this, and this. It's not going to matter what day it is because he has extra streams of revenue coming in. That's what you want, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes, I got the notification as well. Thank you so much. That's 3 people. Appreciate it. All right. So let's get down. Beware, ladies and gentlemen. You are part of the American crises. Every time that you're sitting out there going, hey, I want free this. Well, I'm not saying free. I'm just saying when the government says, hey, we have stimulus money, you should be doing this. No, don't do it. When the government says we want to do bailouts, you should be like, no, don't do it. When the government's sitting there saying, hey, you're unemployed, it's COVID, we're going to give you some bonus money. Not only do you get your unemployment money, but we're going to send you some extra money. You should be like, no. All that comes back to haunt you. But because you're in the SSN Nation watching this, you're like, yes, keep dumping it, keep doing it, keep throwing out all that money because the prices were high. They're going to come down. You want a boat, ladies and gentlemen? I know. You're sitting there going, why would I want a boat? It's a liability. Exactly the point. But all these liabilities, boats, cars, homes, homes. Guess what? In a financial crisis, you get to pick these things up cheap as hell. Cheap. So you can't cry. So we need these situations to occur every now and then because you want to pick something up cheap. You're going to be able to pick up all the liabilities cheap. So why not pick them up when they're cheap? Drive around for free, boat around for free if that's your thing. Whatever you want to do, all these liabilities, like you guys know, motorcycles, cheap. Not until next year, though. They're going to be cheap, half price or worse because all liabilities aren't the same. Like the guys with jets and planes and all that, cheap. Now, cheap is relative when you start talking about planes and boats. But nonetheless, I'm just saying, if that's something you want to get into, then you should get them next year when prices come down for everything. You're going to be catching the fallen knife when it actually hits the ground. We're not catching it right now. You're not going to have your best deal right now. You're going to have your best deal when interest rates are higher and people cannot buy anything because the interest rates are higher. So therefore, people have to pay cash. So that means the price is going to come down. Most people don't have the cash, right? They have the credit, but not the cash. So just keep that in mind. So that's how we're going to get our financial freedom papers on in 2023. Remember, buy a house in 2023 is going to be the mantra. Buy pre-construction anytime is also the mantra, but don't get crazy. All I'm going to say is this. With regards to pre-construction that we talked about earlier, don't get crazy. Don't overprice yourself. What I mean by this is, so Victor Marrero bought it for $230, $231, whatever it is. What I'm trying to say is once you get out of the 200s, once you get 250 to 300, that, in my opinion, for something that's on an island, that starts getting into a gray area. Over 300 starts being a gray area when you're trying to get back your return on investment in a timely manner. Now, I'm not saying that you can't buy a $300,000 villa that sleeps 12. Yeah, you could rent that out potentially $500, $600, $800 per night. And you might be able to get that return faster. But all I'm saying, though, is put yourself where worst case scenarios happen. So worst case scenarios mean, what if you can only rent things out once a week, every month? Are you still going to make that 10, 15, 20% annual return on your investment? That's the kickers, right? What happens if you rent out the worst case? Hurricane comes, doesn't blow down your unit or nothing, but power lines are down, cleanup takes 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever. So a month or two where you're not renting anything, what happens then? Lockdown from COVID happens again, right? What are you going to do? So the higher you buy the property, the higher the liability is all I'm trying to say. And especially if you're not going to live there and you're going to treat it as a rental property, you don't want to put yourself in a scenario where you overpaid. All right? Just keep that in mind. You can always catch up because you're going to be able to charge more rent later on in the next years down the line. But all I'm saying is you want to keep yourself in a range where you say, hey, I got that 20% or 15% or 30% return. All right. Now, Victor Marrero knows I always have to go to him because he bought in Orlando pre-construction, $300,000. And I want to point this out again. For all you who don't want to go to Europe, check this out. And you have to understand, think about this. What if somebody told you that you could go, you don't need a pass. Once you land in America, you don't need anything to go to Canada, Mexico, any islands in the Caribbean, Belize, Costa Rica. What if somebody told you once you landed in any one of those countries, you can go to any one? You don't have to worry about how long you're staying, the visas and all this. You don't have to worry about nothing. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Well, guess what? That's what Europe's like. You could find yourself anywhere. UK, Italy, France, Switzerland, Germany. Come on. All right? I'm just saying. Sweden, Denmark, all these spots. You're there in the zone. Train, let's roll. Plane, let's roll. So just think about all that. All right? That's why you got to go check it out. It's not like it's like being in the States, going state to state, except you're going through actual countries' history. And they're different. All the countries are different. They're not the same. It's not like you're in America and you go to New York and then you go to Philly, then you go to Miami, and then you're like, okay, these are big cities, skyscrapers everywhere. Okay, I get you. Then I go to LA, go to Hollywood. Okay, but that's not a different country. All right? Each country is different. Okay, all I'm saying. Got to do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I've enlarged my concept to include all types of businesses. The genius. I was wondering if you were going to get to that because remember when I was asking you on Friday, I think it was, when I was asking you about can you get the derivative? Will he give you financing for other people? That actually was in my head thinking the same thing. If she can get financing for this, then she can get financing for other business ventures. And that means it's exponential that we love because now you're not locked into a specific product. You're locked into different products, different genres of business, which now means you can actually have people coming on a daily basis. I love it. I'm still going to see the evil genius for now. This is just diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. She's printing money out of thin air with her mind. She has the concept down. Now she's going to do exponentials. She's going to go, I'm not going to just do fingernails to go. I'm going to do other businesses because I have somebody that's going to give me that derivative money. And she has now entered the multi-millionaire zone because that's how they do it, ladies and gentlemen. You have to figure out how you're going to get larger audience. The larger the audience, the more opportunity for you to create additional streams of money coming in the door. All right, just saying. Here we go. You must pay first and last month's rent. I have a short-term lease till December 2022. Okay, so that's what they're considering short term. It's only 4 months. So no free month, I take it. And you settled on $1,900 a month. So you actually started this to go, because you just said, I have a short-term lease. So you're out the box already. You started. Okay, Eric. People I spoke to in Spain and Italy could not believe the prices I told them. I know. Then we pay for basic items here. For them, paying over $30 per month for cell phone service is insane. Why do we do this? Jesus, man. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Hey, Victor, man, I know. Victor Morero is now going, he's sitting there going, how come Eric always talks crazy about what America does? After you hang out a while and come back a few too many times, you just get fed up because you understand what the government of America's doing to its citizens, and you're sitting there like, what the hell is going on? And then there's nothing you can do about it. You don't control any of it. You can vote, but your vote does not control the Federal Reserve increasing interest rates, nor does it control banks bailing out companies that makes billions of dollars, don't pay taxes, but yet you're going to bail them out. This is craziness. And that all means we're paying more, and that means we have to get our financial freedom papers by being able to get passive income coming in, or residual income, or starting your own business. You are the one that has to take the risk. We have to take the risk. And if we don't make it, we don't get bailed out. That's the difference. Then you go overseas outside the country and you're finding, hell, you know what? He's talking about going down to the phone center. He's finding these guys can call, even US, $35, $40, international phone calls, $35, $40 a month. He also, if he went, I don't know if you went in the store, he could have bought a phone card that allows you to call all over the world, and that's damn near 40, 50 bucks. And it includes data for a SIM. I mean, it's insanity what's going on in America. It's insane, but they keep us dumb and blind because most people don't leave the country, so they don't find out that we're paying more for inferior product. If you're not understanding the cell phone system, GSM was around the world before the United States had GSM. They wanted that CDMA crap. Then the rest of the world's on GSM. So therefore, United States mobile companies couldn't sell to the rest of the world because they had them stupid CDMA phones. So then the United States was like, citizens from outside of the country come to the US and they're like, what the? They're like, we don't have GSM service. So all this stuff adds up, and that's why the United States said, okay, we got to do GSM. They were reluctant, but they did. So now they're reluctant on you, like, how come we don't have dual SIM cards? They have them. Yes, you can buy them, but there's no proliferation of that at the stores. Dual SIMs. Why? Should be in every phone. It's just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. It goes on and on and on. And Victor Morero is going to go back again. And then he's going to come back and be like, man, this is insane. Exactly. It's like Africa. There are different countries. It's awesome. Exactly, Vanessa Kamagate. Although I've never been to Africa, which is interesting. But then again, well, there's only one place I haven't went that I wanted to go in Africa, and that's the pyramids. And some of you may be going, okay, Eric, it's in the Middle East. Okay, let me get you straight on American history. It's BS. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Egypt is in North Africa. All right? That's why I call it Africa. It's Africa. Middle East is what they had to create in like the 1970s because that's where the oil is. So they had to create it like Africa doesn't have resources, like it's a poor country. But no, Africa has everything, the mother lode of mother lodes. They have all the oil. They have all the diamonds, not all. They have diamonds. All right? They have fruits, they have veggies. It's the motherland. Everything is there. This is why all Europeans tried to come down and try to conquer Africa. All right? Endless supply of precious resources. And by the way, just for everybody who doesn't understand yet that American history and what you've been taught is not really the world history. By the way, when you go to Europe, they actually know what America's history is. You should read some of their books. You're going to be like, what the hell is okay, enough on this American stuff. I'm just going to say this. When you go look at a map, Africa looks like no bigger than America. No bigger than South America. No bigger than Europe. But what if you could put North America and Europe inside of Africa, ladies and gentlemen? That's how big this doggone continent is. They make it look on a map like Africa's not that big, but it swallows up North America, Europe, and then some. All right? That's the truth. It's like 5 times, well, I wouldn't say 5. It's like 3 or 4 times as big as North American continent. They don't want to tell you that, though, because they want people like, okay, I won't get into it. Some people are referencing those as not great countries or not great places. The reason why they have to make you believe that is because they want to siphon off all the oil, all the precious resources that is in the ground. They want you to believe the place is garbage. It's not. They've just been stealing it all these hundreds, thousands of years. All right, enough. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I have to go off every now and then because you have to understand you're being bamboozled here in America. You're even being bamboozled to the point financially you're being drained and you don't know it, but you are. So when you're sitting there going, hey, I make $10,000 more than I made 10 years ago, but I still have barely making ends meet. Hey, I make $30,000 more than I did 15 years ago, but I barely make ends meet. What the hell's going on? Because silently, you're getting wiped out and don't realize it. Now, when you're in the SSN Nation, you realize it now. There you go. You need to visit the motherland, boss. Egypt is a country in Africa. Yes, I realize. That's what I'm saying. It is Africa, but they're calling it Middle East. It's Africa, ladies and gentlemen. The pyramids are there. That's one of my last bastions. I never went to the pyramids, and they messed it up for me. Because when I was over in Europe, I was going to go a couple of times, and a couple of times there was unrest. And I'm like, I'm not going. So each freaking time, unrest. I couldn't believe it. The last time, all of a sudden, something broke out. I don't remember, but I was like, damn, I can't go again. But anyhow, South Africa, Kenya, Ivory Coast, Ghana. Don't believe the BS, beautiful countries. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. Exactly. They don't want you. All they ever show on TV is some freaking huts, dirt, desert. I'm like, what the heck's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, what you see in America, actually, they have stuff designed in Africa that you don't even see in America. You would go there and you're going to, I haven't been there yet, just by looking at some pictures. I'm seeing cities and I'm like, that is cool. They have designs over there that is cool for buildings and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is sweet, but I've never went. But she's right. She's right. James Way, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to the name. Thank you so much for your support. Rent is too damn high, and you spitting nothing but facts. I knew about Africa on the map. Exactly, James Way. A lot of people know about it because of now more people are finding out due to social media because there's some people showing on the maps that they bamboozled you. They bamboozled me, quite frankly, until one day I'm in Europe and I'm sitting there like looking at a map, and I'm seeing a map that shows like Africa's like huge. And they're like, oh yeah, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, it's not. It's just like barely bigger than America. And they start laughing, stupid American. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, stupid American. Heard that so much. When I went to Africa, my life changed. The natural resources, amazing. Exactly. It's not desert, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just this outback post nonsense. The place is off the charts from everything I've checked out. All right. Okay. But Middle East, on the other hand, North Africa, they've been, all the oil and stuff is up there. So basically, every country that has power, they've tried to control all that in the Middle East. So it's war torn. So it never can be like Rome, Naples, Paris. Can't be like that because they don't have the resources. So they're not bombarded whenever a colonial country feels like it. So United States feels threatened because they can't get oil, like Iraq and Iran's going to be friends. They got to go over there and create problems. And that goes into the Egypt areas, the Libya areas, all that. So if your country was war torn every 10 to 20 years, and then they created a crisis situation. Okay, look, all right, 1 hour, 26 minutes in. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to go this right here before I get into some history, and this is economics. You come back to the USA and you start comparing basic costs, and you start getting pissed. Victor Marrero, welcome to the party. Yeah, I promise my friends we're getting robbed. Hey, you can tell your friends, they're going to look at you like, oh no, we're the best on the planet. No, it's worse over there. I'm like, okay. With our retirement, you can live there like king or queen. Exactly. All right. Now, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen, because this right here is the reason why we're paying more money, is because you don't understand. The dollar is backed by the petro. First of all right? That's why around the world it's called a petrodollar. In America, they don't reference like that because then you might wake up. So therefore, we have to spend billions of dollars on the military industrial complex that you, me, the taxpayers are paying to help our military. We have to make sure that the Middle East isn't going to be a problem. And we also have to make sure that we're friends with somebody in the region, even though Saudi Arabia has the worst human rights on the planet. Well, there's another country too, but we're not talking about them right now. They will take their money because Saudi Arabia backs our dollar. All right, that's how it worked. That was the deal. Once you understand that first elementary step, then you have to understand the other parts. We have to have military to protect Saudi Arabia, Iraq. And then after 1945, the Allies, they go, I know what we're going to do because, hell, we're not friends with these guys in the Middle East. North Africa. We're going to call it the Middle East, and we're going to just go, how about there? We're going to create a country called Israel. Now, let me know something. If somebody showed up at your house and said, circled it, and said, I'm going to call this Israel, you got to get out. But oh, by the way, your other neighbors around here, y'all ain't leaving, but we're running the territory now. Because, them white dudes, the evil Axis over here, they said, we now can come here. And, oh, by the way, the next 20 houses down all around, we got to get rid of y'all that live there. Because we got to bring some of these Russian Jews over here and act like this is Jewish territory. Russian Jews, ladies and gentlemen, not Palestinian Jews, Russian Jews, white dudes. They bring them to your house, your neighborhood, and then claim this is our shit. Excuse my language, but that is what happened. So now when the Middle East is all in an uproar, now maybe you understand why they have a problem with Israel. The white guys said, we're building a country here. We don't care. And oh, by the way, here's some military armaments so you can protect yourselves, because these other guys are going to be upset for years, decades to come. And oh, by the way, we have an interest in this because we want to make sure we're going to have some oil. Because if anything ever pops off, you're going to be our proxy in the neighborhood. Now, maybe you understand how Israel is not a good neighbor to a lot of people in the middle North Africa. Sheesh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I told us about this before. Enough. This all affects us now because we send millions of dollars to Israel, plus military aid, armaments to them as well. We're paying the taxes for it. All right? We're being siphoned off. You're human mules. What do you think your social security number is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're an American citizen? That ain't to keep track of you. That's a dollar figure. You're monetized by the United States government. Now it's your turn to monetize them. And that's why when 2023 comes, get your duffel bags of cash ready. And that's why we're talking about that financial lifeline that I'm trying to give you guys. You can do your own thing. Vanessa Comagate has come up with a brilliant plan. We're going to talk about this a little bit more, probably on Friday night live stream. Brilliant. Beautiful. But anybody can do it. That's the whole point. If the guy that is able to give her that derivative where they can finance products and services, if you have a product or service, maybe they can finance your customers for it as well. How many people have that opportunity? Top 10 percenters. Vanessa Comagate, top 10 percenter. She knows people. She's been in business for I don't know how long, 20, 30 years maybe, probably. So she knows many people, and she found and has a person that'll give her derivatives. So if you have a product, service, a plan, maybe you can work something out. All right? I'm just saying, derivatives, in case you don't understand what I'm saying. If you have a way to sell something and the person, and it costs, let's say $5,000, most people may not have the $5,000. So then you need somebody to finance it for you. So long as they sign the contract, then the person, that's a derivative, because now I can take that piece of paper down to a financial place, and they're going to say, okay, we'll give you, that's $5,000, we'll give you $3,000. So now you're getting paid up front. They're getting paid over the life of the repayment plan to them. She apparently has somebody that does something similar to that. I don't know the exact deal. I'm just giving you an example. But that's something like what she's doing. And therefore, that allows her to be able to do many different businesses that she can actually have, where it's a membership, whether it's a product, whether it's a service. As long as somebody signs a contract and there's money involved, she can actually get that prepayment up front for having that contract signed. That's what fitness centers generally do. All right? Just letting you know. Okay, Vanessa Comagate's been to Africa. Lucky you. Victor Morel, you come back. Exactly, getting robbed. Exactly right, you're getting robbed. We've been getting robbed. And that's why people are poor. That's why the top 10% own as much wealth as the bottom 70%, ladies and gentlemen. 35 million people own just as much wealth as 210 million people in America. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way it's going to stop, you have to be in the same game. They buy real estate, you should be buying real estate. They create companies that get derivatives, that are able to get loans and create stocks and IPOs. That's what you need to do. Same thing, no different. Now, how are you going to get from A to B? Stepping stones. That's it. I'm tired of Africa getting a bad rap. Some countries are bad, but some are amazing. Hey, Vanessa, exactly. This is Africa is no different than in the United States. Now, somebody's going to be like slamming the computer at me, throwing the screen at me, but come on. Come on. When we start talking about Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, parts of Florida, come on, West Virginia, parts of Tennessee, come on, man. Third world country and worse. Come on. This is insane. I'm just saying, parts of the Midwest, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Michigan, Ohio. Come on, man. Places are gone. It's like third world. And they're acting like Africa's bad. I'm just like, have you been to America lately? Have you been around America? Come on. Stop playing. All right? But she's got it exactly right. It's nonsense what they've done to Africa. Well, okay, hold on. Because we're in America, what Americans have done to Africa. The storyline, the narrative in America is they tell you Africa's bad, it's garbage, it's all this bad stuff. So it's not all around the world. It's just that in America, if you live here, you know what the narrative is. It's not true, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I've had plenty of friends go over to Africa. Nothing's ever happened. All right. And all they ever come back with is, it's beautiful. You should go over there. I'm like, all right, man. That's not on my bucket list, quite frankly. But North Africa is on my bucket list. South Africa is not on my bucket list. But I should go to Africa anyhow, just to go check it out in person. All right, maybe that'll come up. So check out Africa Trip 2024, maybe 2023. I think that might be a plan. Africa is not Somalia. Yeah, exactly. Like some people may think. Exactly. There are absolutely beautiful countries there with unbelievable resorts, including South Africa, on the list to visit. Yeah, South Africa is, hey, let's call it what it is. That's the spot, right? That's built by the British, right? England, for their apartheid situation. So clearly they have the infrastructure. They created it. That's naturally what it was. So that makes sense. The other countries, basically, they just try to take over so they can steal the precious resources. So anyhow, the big fat bastards in the house, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Long time no see, but I'm glad you're here. I just took the size of a smoked ham, and it looks exactly like a realtor. What the heck? Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, the realtors. Interesting. It's not just starving kids in war. Yes, that exists, but not all. You can ski in South Africa. There you go. She has a good point. Very good point. Okay, come back to the light, boss. But you're right. Exactly. Facts. Preach, brother. Thank you so much, Vanessa Comagate. I came back. Now let's get back to the beware. You're part of the American crises. So embrace it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're going to have to do. That's why it's buy a home in 2023 in America. Hell yeah. They're going to be 50, in my opinion, 50 to 60% off. Remember, you heard it here first. Curtis Davis, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He has the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for that. And that means he's a member of the channel. And he says his tagline, hello, SSN family, ABMM. If you're new here, always be making money. That's right. For the rest of your life, that's how it's going to have to be. Prepare yourself. There's no way around it. You can't escape. You're going to pay taxes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about IRS. I'm talking about taxes. You're going to pay them anyhow. I'm talking about real estate taxes, even if you own your house free and clear. I'm talking about sales taxes, because no way around that. You're going to be paying water, sewer, garbage, no way around that. You're going to be taxed. And guess what? They get to raise their prices anytime they feel like it, whether it's capped at 2% or 3% per year. That adds up. You live somewhere 20 years, that's 60% more if it's capped. All right? So just saying, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be taxed. No way around it. So you cannot stay at the same level you're at now. Sorry to say this, but you are part of the American crisis. Anything that goes down in America, there's a result for you. So if there's high inflation, there's a result for you. If there's low inflation, does not matter. There's still a result for you because they're going to raise prices anyhow. If there's a COVID scenario, there's a price to pay. You're not going to be able to escape. So just think about this. This is not your parents' or grandparents' 1945, 1950, 1960, 1970, 1980, or 1990. This is 2000s. You're not going to know nothing about being able to have all your friends after you retire going, man, I got that pension. There's not hardly any unions anymore. Pensions may be a thing of a past. A 30 or 20-year-old kid might be going, what's he talking about? My company doesn't have a pension. They're telling me to put money in a 401k. You put money in a 401k, you're at risk because they're putting their money in the stock market. So once again, I'm going to illustrate 30% drop. So my boys, like I said before, this is recent, 2-3 years ago. 401k, retired, 1.5, 1.3, somewhere in that ballpark. Their money, it was in stocks. They are down 30%. Actually more. They're under a mil now. They were thinking 2-3 years back, we're off to the races. Now they're like, whoa, wait, what? What's this 800 G's in my account? What's this 890? What's this? What's going on here? What's this? Wait, whoa, wait a minute. And then they're seeing the inflation increase, and now they're going, damn, I'm probably going to live another 30 years. They're like, oh, damn, wait. I'm spending whatever they're spending, $5,000, $7,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. So all of a sudden you start realizing, wait, am I going to really spend 36, 40 G's a year? 50 G's a year? 30 years? That's 1.5. Wait a minute, I only have 8 or 9 right now. And the cost of living is going to increase. So what am I going to have to do? Oh, I might have to have an extra stream of income or two. All right. Hi, Curtis. And speaking of Curtis Davis, he's also known as What's Good Chili D. That's because Chili Davis, his alter ego, Mr. Financial is what he's known as around here, has his own channel at Chili Davis. That's right. You see the 2 L's for Chili and then the Davis. Go check him out, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to his channel. Become a member. Well, he can't. I don't know if he has memberships yet. Subscribe to his channel. Watch the videos. He broke out a new one today. Broke out one yesterday. That's right. He's giving you financial information with regard to the stock market and crypto and talks about what's happening so you can stay ahead. All right? That's what we do here. He's part of the SSN Nation, so show some love for Chili D. I ask you, please. Now, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about. I went a little off the rails today because what you're not understanding is things that are going on around the world that you don't pay attention to actually has an effect on you as an American citizen, the one with the Social Security number. Because you're going to pay taxes based on what America's doing out here when they're doing their clandestine BS. All right, now let's get back to what we need to do. Financial Lifeline is here. SSN Lifestyle. There's affiliate marketing. There's business opportunities. Speaking of fingernails to go, it's doing well in Spain, and they have a unit in Africa as well. Yes, it's going to do well in these environments. Again, I am not familiar. See, here's the thing. I don't really know, European markets when it comes to nails being done, right? Um, and so I don't know what their, how can I put it, what their tariffs situation is. In America, Fingernails to Go has competition. So we have to keep things in mind. I don't know about Spain and all these other countries. If because they're in the Eurozone, that's where the company is. So they may have special deals. I don't know if they're allowed, like China, to bring in their fingernail products or anything like that, or Asian products to come in. So if they're blocked, that would be very, very interesting. All right, here it is. Butch said he got over 250 inquiries over the weekend. Why did he get over 250 inquiries is the question. Are we talking about in Spain, or are we talking about worldwide? Because worldwide, it's just getting more and more bigger, just even from when I'm running these live streams and throwing out the commercials. Plus, I do have a couple videos, and I'm showing those little commercials. Got a couple of friends that retired this year, but I don't want to get money from their 401k. Their accounts are way down. That's why for 401ks, you should only invest up to company match, not more. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly, good point. Company match, not more. Exactly. He's got that right. And he's got enough. See, this is what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. There's an American crisis. You're going to be affected. So therefore, you have to separate when you work for somebody else, even if you work for yourself, you have to separate that and say, you know what? I have to figure out where am I going to get these other lifelines. And down below in the description, we all know, if you're new here, I have get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull down below in the description. We also will say this. Here in the States, 250 inquiries. That's pretty good. All right, but isn't the special sale over? I wonder what made that 250 inquiries occur. That's cool. Housing analyst, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Housing analyst, let me know what you think. Before I read your comment, housing analyst, what do you think the percentage between now and let's call it next summer? Do you think home prices, well, they've already dropped 10% in some markets. Where do you think the lowest point will be? 25%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. Let me know your prediction. Since you're a housing analyst, next year before summer, so we'll call it, I won't call it summer, we'll call it March, April. Do you think housing prices will go down what percent? All right, can you reach out to Big Don Craterton and get an interview with her? Okay, housing analyst. I don't know who Craterton is, quite frankly. Unless it's, I did do something with this lady that was talking, but I don't know who Craterton is. I'm going to go look this up. Yeah, I'll reach out to anybody. But the problem is, that's not the problem. The problem is Craterton. Okay, let me know where Craterton is. Easy question. I think it's an easy question, man. All right, let's see what he's got here. You're the best. Okay, I'm not the best. I don't know who Craterton is. It's Vanessa Comagate. It's for the vending unit. They put a massive ad out in Canada and here. Massive ad out? Where? I didn't see it. Easy question. The answer to your question is, if I knew who Craterton was, then yes, I could always reach out to her. But the question is, nobody wants to come on, usually. And I'm going to tell you the reason why is because I tell them a couple of things. I go, it's going to be a live stream. It's going to be open. And we have people that are going to be able to chat. They can ask questions, and I'm going to ask you questions. So if you want to come on down. You're the next contestant on It's Real in this here field. All right. Okay, he's saying easy question. All right. You're the best. Thank you so much. I like that, DJ Khaled. All right. No, your question about housing prices. Okay, housing analyst, let me hear it, man. I want to hear your prediction. I told people last week, I heard from the young gun. I'm not going to say who the young gun is, but he's a big time YouTuber. And he's used to be a real estate guy. And he started talking like 10 to 25%. And so I had to let him know, dude, you're way off. It's going to be more than 25% easily. 25% is going to be sometime later this year. All right, let me know what you think, housing analyst. Talk to the crew, man. He saw it in the biz for sale form. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what he said. No, he saw something in the biz for sale. Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. Yeah, he was here. I don't know if you weren't here Friday. It was Wednesday we talked. He was here Friday talking about biz for sale. No, your question about housing prices, housing analyst. I'm waiting to hear your number. What do you think? I'm not talking about by the end of this year. I'm talking about like March and April of next year. Do you think housing prices be down how far? 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60 or more? Now, if it goes more, that'd be astonishing. 70%. Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, there's houses being built right now. No buyers in sight. But the developers have to build them. They got paid. Okay, give me a forecast. No predictions, forecast. So it's fairly easy. Take construction costs, adjust for a depreciation for a resale house, and you'll arrive at your number. Okay. Let me marinate here for a few seconds. Okay, housing analyst, since we have you on the line and you're here, first things first. We don't know construction costs. Varies from state to state, city to city, market to market. So I can't even do the first part of the equation. Adjust for depreciation for a resale house, and you'll arrive at your number. Okay, again, depreciation of a resale house, that's the number I'm trying to get you to tell me, the forecast. So are you not going to base this on Feds increasing the interest rate? Because that's another number we can throw in there. So I'll just use a thing. If it costs me $200 per square foot, and I'm building a 2,000 square foot house, that's $400,000. Depreciation on an existing home is going to be 20%. So in the same neighborhood, I'm assuming 400. That means 20%. That means 320. So is that what you're saying? Okay, hold on. He's saying they don't vary. What do you mean? Yes, housing cost varies. Okay. Semi-custom, track home, pricing vary, construction costs vary. Because you're going to have different materials. Unless we're talking about a certain city or market. This crazy. I'm seeing new built houses sit on the market for over 2 months. That's exactly what I'm trying to sell you. It's already begun. First of all, in Palm Springs, in Riverside County, they have like thousands of homes that are being built where they already have built like the structure, but they haven't put on anything else. They're sitting there. People aren't even working. It's insanity. I'm just like, oh my God, this is 2008 all over again. All right, let's see. Housing analyst is giving us some love today. Get your duffel bag of cash ready. Exactly. He's talking about depreciation is $4 a square foot per year. Oh, you're talking about that? Okay. All right. I get what you're saying now. He's talking about the other depreciation. All right. So you're using that. Okay. And now what are you using? You're okay. So you're going 4,000 a square foot depreciation on existing homes. Is that what you're giving me? And that's the number you're coming with? So then what are we saying? Okay. So with your forecast, what's the number? So let me get it to you this way. The house is presently selling for, we'll make it easy, $500,000. In 7 months, 8 months, has the house dropped to 450 for 10% decrease, 400 for 20 because that $4 a square foot depreciation won't apply. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. All right, construction costs don't vary is what he's saying. Yes, depends on your market and depends on what you're, again, it depends on what you're building. If I'm building a track house that's 5 feet apart from each other, that house, and we have 4 different models, and I'm using stucco and whatever, cheap ass crap, that's going to cost me one thing. If I'm going to build a semi-custom home, not using cheap ass crap, that's going to cost me another. And if I build a complete custom home, that's going to cost me another to build. But okay, let me see. Yes, sir. Okay, the depreciation part, I finally got on board. Depends how overpriced the house is. Construction costs are 50 a square foot. Housing analyst, where do you build homes? That's all I want to know. I want in at $50 a square foot. I want in. Where's that house? Let me know. All right. Where's that house at, please? And don't say Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, West Virginia. Don't say none of those spots. I'm just messing around. No, seriously, where's the $50 a square foot homes that I can build right now? That's what I want to know. All right, construction costs don't vary. Tell that to the insurance company. So why are property insurance policies going up so much? Exactly. Construction costs do vary. Okay, housing analyst, you're trolling me right now. Where am I? Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. You're okay. 1,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet, 3,000 square feet. Where am I going to get $50 a square foot house built? That's not going to happen. Let me know. What state are you talking about? Or are you not talking about in the United States? Let me know. He's talking about in Florida. Okay, that's a possibility. Okay, my guy told me he would charge me $100 a square foot in Florida. Okay, that sounds more reasonable. In Florida, right. That's why I'm saying $50 a square foot. Generally, I'm tending to believe I'm going to be in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe even Texas in some parts. But let me know. Oh, my God. Yeah. Arkansas, Puerto Rico. 50 a square foot in Puerto Rico or Arkansas. I believe it. See, this is what I'm saying. I believe in those locations. You're right. I can believe in some of these locations, but those generally aren't the places where people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to go do this. Even though people do it, but I'm just saying. Okay, he's saying he's not trolling, my good friend. All right, housing analyst. Just let me know, though, where can I get this places? Look. Oh, he's saying he builds. Okay. Are these manufactured? Are these manufactured homes? Or some concept that should be used that hasn't been used in America at a large scale yet? Is this paneled homes? By the way, panel homes, they're one of my favorite builds because you already have they're already built together and it's already built in the factory and you just need somebody to put it together. And so therefore, the elements from outside is not built like a normal home. So the insulation is awesome. But anyhow, that's a whole nother ball game. I've never talked about that. But anyhow, we build in 50 states, housing analysts. Come on now. Talk to me. What does that mean, manufactured? You mean shop built? Yes, that's what I mean. shop built. Exactly. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're building in the California, for instance, you're going to have a lot of business. Let me put it to you another way. This would interest a whole bunch of people because, unfortunately, you can't do it. Southern California, water and all that. But nonetheless, there's acreage in Southern California. Acreage that a person can get. And if you told somebody that you could put something on there for $50 a square foot, you'd have people signing up all day, every day. And if you're saying in all 50 states, then I don't need to tell you. That means you're doing brisk business in a lot of markets. A lot of markets. Hell, a lot of markets. Housing analysts, man, I'm glad you're here. Yep. I need to find some land and call you housing analyst. Exactly, housing analyst. You just open a Pandora's box, which is a good box to open. You're going to eat up budget flying shop built panels for 3 days. Yes, I know, housing analysts. I know. That's why we have to put it on a flatbed. But then the flatbeds, the trucking industry, all of a sudden goes, we're not going to charge you a couple $1,000s anymore for shipment. That's another whole ball game in itself. But anyhow, housing analysts, let me know, what kind of homes are we talking about here? What are we talking about, housing analysts? You have a few people that might get excited about this. I like Pandora's box. Exactly. Housing analysts, please let us know what type of homes these are. Are these homes that are already like they used to have these old log cabin homes, which are manufactured almost in essence, but they're not, where they're built from ground zero. They have, in other words, they have all the materials. They build it from the spot, but it was a hell of a lot cheaper than actually trying to build a log cabin. It was weird. Let me know what we're talking about here at $50 a square foot. Come on now, you got us excited. Got me excited. I love hearing this. What do you mean by type of homes? Houses, you mean? Yes, I mean houses. What are we talking about here? What's the square footage? I mean, can we pick anything or what? Can we design our own custom? What are we talking about? I want to design a 4,000 square foot house. Are you going to tell me it's $50 a square foot? All right. Let me get my calculator out here. He's about to tell me something crazy. Let me go see something here. 4,000 times 50. Okay, housing analysts. You're giving me like 2,000 price. Well, I'm a California kid, so you're giving me 2,000 prices. Actually, you're giving me, sheesh, not even 2,000. You're giving me 1990 prices in Cali. There's no way. There's no way. So housing analysts, if you're serious about this, man, you're going to have to drop me something. Send me an email, support@stopstrugglingnow.com. What kind of homes or houses are these? Because even manufactured homes, I don't think, well, yeah, you could. I think those are the only ones that's going to be like this. And what's the big, in other words, can I build a 4,000 square foot, 3,000 square foot home for this $50 a square foot? He's like, there's been a whole lot of fraud. Single family duplexes. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Serious. What does that mean, custom? What does that mean? Serious. Custom, meaning I can bring in my own floor plans, my own architect, blueprints. So I can come in and say, hey, I want this design this way. Here's the blueprints, architect, approved by the city, county. And they say you can build it. I bring it to you. You say, okay. Because generally that's going to cost me more than, well, that's a whole nother ball game. Custom, meaning I design it. I bring you the plans. You create it. I want to know what you're building for $50 a square foot. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. 2,000 square foot house would be 100K. Yes, Vanessa Comagate. That's what I'm trying to understand. He's sitting over here telling us that, but I want to know what it is. Been a whole lot of fraud in California housing. Very, very true on that. Always. How else would you do it? Okay, he's messing around with me. You've announced $50, even if you said $100 a square foot, you'd still have people lining up. Math showing 4,500 square foot is 225. Exactly. So housing analysts, you have a few people's attention here. We just want to know, you can put down what the company is. You can put down what size homes you are talking about. Do I have to build one of your homes, your designs? Your math. Okay, he's messing with me tonight. Auntie Val, exactly. All right, so housing analysts, we've given you about 5 to 10 minutes of this. If you're serious about this $50 a square foot, put down below what the company name is. Send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. You can even come on the live stream and show us some stuff if you want, anytime, and answer questions, because you're not answering any questions. You have a lot of investors here, in case you don't know, and that would be an investor's dream, because you're just hitting what Vanessa Comagate said, building a duplex. If I'm just saying, it's 2 homes basically, or shall we call them 2 townhomes? I don't really care what you want to call them, but they connect. It's still one house, one structure, you could actually say, 2 separate entrances. I don't care how you cut it. $50 a square foot, bring it on. Exactly. Let me show you. Auntie Val says exactly. No messing around, he claims. So here's the same thing. Do you have a website? Okay, let's know the website. Just what questions do you have? Investors aren't interested in rapidly depreciating assets like houses. Okay. All right. First of all, a house is a liability unless you know somebody that can build a house for $50 a square foot and you're going to rent it out. And by the way, it's not rapidly depreciating. It depreciates over time. You have to always do upkeep. But that's why I'm asking about custom homes, because you want to build the better house. And of course, you're going to think it's going to be more than $50 a square foot. But you want to build a better house that lasts longer, has less maintenance. And you're not planning on living there. You're planning on building it and then reselling it as an asset for you, liability for others. This is why we all want to know. Yeah, everybody's going to be lost by this. Huh? All right, dude, I'm lost. Exactly. Need specifics and detail. I have land to build on. Exactly. Professor Auntie Val has land to build on. We all have land to build on. So when you start talking $50 a square foot, we need to know what type of homes they are, housing analysts. You're holding out so far. I've given you about 10 minutes to come correct. Great show. All right. All houses are rapidly depreciating assets. Hey, housing analysts. You know, when I rent out my house, business-wise, you know that's a depreciating asset, right? When I live in my house, I don't get to write that. I don't get to write that off. But when I use it as business, I get to write it off. Depreciation. So thus the questions, this is why people are asking, what are you building for $50 a square foot? Give us a website, give us a name, give us an example, and give us a location. And what state, and you said all 50 states. If you want me to believe that I'm going to be able to build a house in California for $50 a square foot, I got a bridge to sell you. So I want to know where you are talking about. Okay, Northern California, if you say that, I would believe you, because there are places like California Pines in the middle of nowhere that's surrounded by rivers and ocean. Well, rivers, oceans nearby, but rivers and timber, and prices for a lot or acreage cost $5,000 or less. And it's in the middle of nowhere. So yes, I can build a cheap house there. But if you're talking about anywhere Northern California down to Sacramento and below, let me know where you're building $50 a square foot house. Please. Okay, your question doesn't make sense. All right. And I guess we're not going to go. Correct. You don't get to write it off. Exactly. Exactly. If you live in it. Exactly. So when you say depreciate an asset, I'm thinking you're talking about I own it and I'm renting it out, or I'm having some sort of multifamily. So we're talking about $50 a square foot. If you can build me a structure for $50 a square foot, then I'll turn it into a 4 or 5 plex. Who cares? But I'm just saying, can you make this happen? Give us the info. So far, you're not coming correct with the info. The lot costs $5,000 because that's all it's worth. Okay, exactly. The lot costs $5,000 because that's all it's worth. What somebody's going to pay you right now. The lot could be worth $30,000 as soon as a developer decides to build in the same neighborhood. It all depends. But there's people around here that you have their attention right now that have land that's free and clear. So, and we're not talking about a 50 by 100 lot or 60 by 150 lot or something crazy. We're talking about people that have lots, acreage, quarter acres, half acres, full acres, 20 acres, 10 acres, 5 acres, 2 acres. So when you start saying $50 a square foot, everybody wants to know who, what, where, and how do we get this? House depreciate, irrespective if it's lived in or not. Yeah, they all depreciate. That's why you have to have upkeep. But nonetheless, we're not talking about depreciation no more. We want to know where we can build homes at $50 a square foot. You got T-minus 1 minute. In fact, I'm just going to play a video because I'm looking for, let me see if I have something. We were talking about Punta Cana pre-construction. Let me see if I have, let me see. No. I'm looking for, I don't have Kathmandu anymore. I was looking for my Kathmandu. I don't have that one. And I don't have my Caribbean Lake Park anymore either. Jeez, I took some off. All right. So anyhow, let's go down. We were talking about Europe. That means I should play promo 1 since we were talking about Europe. So here we go. Then we'll come back and see if Housing Analyst comes correct with some information. Otherwise, we're going to have to just go, okay, $50 a square foot. He was just talking crazy. That's what I'll have to do. He is not giving names. He's not giving any info. So we wasted 10, 15 on it. We'll see if he comes correct after this. Come on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can get this tangled up right now. Can we get this correct? Because right now we're all tangled up. The guy just blew our minds. He goes, yeah, we're building for $50 a square foot, 50 U.S. states. Everybody sitting here with land is going, hallelujah, where can I sign now? And he's not telling us. Let's see if he's going to tell us. All right, housing analyst, I appreciate you being here, getting everybody excited. Let's see what we're talking. All right, let's see. Okay, you already told us in all 50 states. Okay, retail is well under $70 a square foot. Okay, you're giving me numbers that make no sense, but okay, I don't know what you're talking about. You can't, even in, I don't know where you're buying a house at, because as far as I know, you're not going to be buying a 2,000 square foot house, even in Florida, Georgia's, anywhere. You're not going to be picking these. It's not going to be new. 140,000 for a 2,000 square foot house? Unlikely. Now, if I'm in Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Ohio, come on, man. I mean, Indiana, maybe. But we still haven't talked about this whole thing yet, because when you start talking about these numbers, okay, he's playing around. Because he says, why does this excite you? Because we have people here that can build. I would love to build something at $50 a square foot, if possible. And you could be helping other people. So that's why. All right. When you're buying from a realtor, of course you're not. You can buy a house without being a realtor, though. You don't have to buy from a realtor. There's people that sell their homes by sellers. You know, that's out there. Not everybody uses a realtor because they don't want to give up the 6%. Or what the realtor tells them is fix up your house to get a better price, so they get out of here. And you want me to pay you 6% after I spend $10,000. So what we're talking about is you. Where's the $50 square foot homes? Who's making them? What's the company? Send me an email. support@stopstrugglingnow.com. All right. All right. Yep. Good man. Right on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I'm getting excited is somebody sent me an email, but it's not home analyst and or housing analyst. But remember, I was talking about cruise on land, that pre-construction property, and apparently somebody was listening to what my preferred choices are. Because at Cruise on Land, they have the studio unit. They have the, which is the one, it's studio unit, 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom. And if you saw the video, there's a 3-bedroom that Maria Barnes corrected me on because it said, Pacina, what did it say? Pacina o jacuzzi, which means pool or jacuzzi. But the picture shows a jacuzzi and a pool connected, like how we are in America. So I was like, and so a guy just sent me an email saying he spoke with Danielle Rodriguez, courtesy of Leo Ramirez. And the unit he's looking for is the one that includes the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, downstairs. And then he came out with the conclusion of, well, wait a minute. I'm also interested in the penthouse unit because you get the 4-bedroom. That's right. The 4th bedroom's up in the penthouse. I mean, in the terrace. And it has a full bath up there too. And there's room for a jacuzzi. So that's a whole new unique environment. But the problem with, oh, by the way, I got something to show you guys because housing analyst is messing around with me today. All right. Maybe he'll come correct. Housing analyst, you smoking that ganja, dog? Yeah, exactly. Okay, you sure can. Company, simply call contractor, get your drawings out. Housing analyst, I know that. This is the SSN Nation, housing analyst. People already know what to do around here. We've had this discussion over the years. They know how to do this. but nobody's ever came here saying they can do $50 a square foot. So yeah, you heard what I said. You have to wait. You just said call a contractor and get your drawings out. Okay. All right, housing analyst. I'm going to have to put you to bed now because I call a contractor telling him, hey, man, you're going to build me a house for $50 a square foot. You know what he's going to do? He's going to start rolling, laughing. He's going to be like, this ain't 1985. What are you talking about? I'm just saying, man. At least I don't know what house you're talking about. It can only be a manufactured home that's going to be that cheap. There's no way. All right. Anyhow, the Process LLC's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he says, thanks for sharing that information with me today, Eric. Thank you so much. The Process. Okay, I got you now. Due Process LLC. Thank you. Maybe I was even talking about you without knowing. But anyhow, thank you so much for being here. You've been involved in real estate. What does that mean? You're a realtor. Housing analyst. I'm not a realtor. I don't know where you got that from. I'm not a realtor. Yeah, I'm figuring that out. He's a troll, boss. I got it. SSN, you haven't done it. So how would you know what he states? Oh, my God. Housing analyst. Since you're going to keep playing, I'm not going to play after this. I've done it before. That's why I'm asking you these questions that you're not answering. And the reason you're not answering is because clearly you aren't building homes for $50 a square foot because you have not given us a name in 20 minutes. You have not sent me an email in 25 minutes. And you keep not answering questions that people that know how to build homes are asking you. You don't need to tell me I need a contractor because you just said you're building the home for $50. You don't need me for anything. You said you build homes for $50 a square foot, so you're the contractor already. So where am I getting homes for $50? Now, after that was said, that was to Victor. What are you talking about? What have you done? Did you CM, self-perform? What exactly did you? Housing analyst, go read real estate investing videos that I made. All right, simple. I talk about projects that I've done. In fact, I'm not going to continue to go round and round. I'm not a realtor. Homes are built. We even have where people can buy hotels here, housing analysts, using other people's money. That's what we do here. We help people. You're not helping. We wasted 30 minutes on this after you said you can build a home. So enough is enough. You are not going to be party to it. 30 minutes long. We're asking where, how you build, and you're asking me, go look for a contractor. After you tell me you're building homes for $50 a square foot. That doesn't make much sense, does it? All right. Okay, enough. Exactly, Professor Auntie Val, I have to go do it. Housing analyst, I don't know who you are, but you are sure as hell not helping our group. Exactly. Victor Marrero, agree. Other people's money, debt donkeys. Yeah, housing analysts, not many people have $4 million, $5 million sitting around. So if you want to make money and you find a deal and you don't have, let's call it 1.2 or 1.5 million sitting around, then yeah, you might want to use somebody else's money. You know, like corporations do, you know, like developers do. You know what I mean? Okay, enough. This guy's a clown. He's clowning now. See, housing analysts, this is why people don't want to come into the nation, because we can spell BS, but I was trying to give you a chance, and I gave you 25, 30 minutes of chances, and so far, you've come up with zero goose eggs, not helping anybody. Curtis Davis. Okay, due process, housing analysts, you're not bringing any value to our conversation. Exactly, he's trolling. So enough with housing analysts. I appreciate you saying you can do something, but so far, it sounds like you can't do zero. All right? All right, he's a clown. From the sounds of things, it sounds like you're already broke. Thank you, housing analyst. Right. And you are done. All right, here we go. Here's the funny part. So I'm going to show a video, housing analyst, and the process. Glad I could help you out with the information. That's appreciated that you came in tonight. Let people know. But why not? Why not? I can't even. I can't even. This is funny stuff. This is funny stuff. Yeah, because everybody spends their own money when they buy real estate. This guy's a clown. All right. You cannot build wealth without good debt leverage and credit. Exactly. Like I said, he's got to be clowning now. He's got to be clowning. Boss, he can't build a house of cards next. Exactly. Housing analyst, maybe you can't build wealth without debt, but the rest of us can. Housing analyst, again, man. This has rarely happened where somebody came in the nation trolling for 30 minutes and not tell us anything. So I'm glad you can. And actually, if you could build something for $50 a square foot in all 50 states, then yeah, there'll be a lot of people who doesn't need any debt. So once again, this will be the last time I'm going to respond to the nonsense, because clearly you're not building homes for $50 a square foot for people. You're talking a good game, but as usual, clown activity has to show up sometime. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, back to the regularly scheduled programming. Beware, you are part of the American crisis. And in fact, housing agent here is a perfect example of why things happen in America. You tell people one thing, then you end up finding they can't make that happen. So therefore, people are wasting their time chasing a rabbit that does not exist. So now you have to go with rabbits that you can catch and things that you can do. So you can most of the time rely on yourself, but lots of people don't have motivation. So therefore, financial lifelines have been set out here that allow you to invest in many different opportunities. And so I started this off with Airbnb experiences, right? We started it off with a little bit of real estate investing, pre-construction style, where there's no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. And then we caught up on to Mr. Housing Analyst here, who's not analyzing anything. And I guess that's why you didn't want to tell me why you don't have an idea of how much homes are going to go down, but you give me some BS about $4 a square foot depreciation. But that doesn't tell you how much a $500,000 house is going to cost me in March or April. But you have the right name, unfortunately. All right, here we go. How much debt does the top 5 companies in New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ have in good debt? Oh, due process. Don't start talking like you're in the SSN Nation here. He's, like I said, there's educated people in the house. Exactly. Highly educated people, and basically the top 5 companies all have debt. They all have debt. I don't care. You're Apple. I don't care who you are. Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, they all have debt. That's just the way life is. It's not, I mean, I don't know who's talking. This is craziness. You're not a top 5 company. Oh, my boy. What is it about falling housing prices that troubles you? Housing analyst, it doesn't trouble me. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of what I'm saying. The American crises were part of it. We love when housing prices fall. Clearly, you haven't seen my video last week where I said, don't buy a house. Does that sound like that's a problem? Do not buy a house. Wait till it falls down. I thought you were an expert with the name, and I thought you were going to tell me what you thought housing prices would drop to, so people, ordinary citizens, can go out and buy homes at their lowest price. I thought you were going to come with some correct information. You're coming with a debt load. Because when people are buying homes, that's a debt, right? That's a liability. All right. So, crisis. Okay. Stock market goes down 30%. No crises. COVID comes up. No crises. Interest rate's going to rise for everything and the cost of living goes up. You don't call it a crisis. Well, I do. That's the difference. So, as long as you want to spend cash on things that are going to go down, don't you think that's a crisis? Because we're talking about homes. They go down when there's a crisis. So, whose crisis is it? Is it a crisis because somebody bought a house Dave Ramsey style, $500,000 cash, and then it drops to $300,000 or $250,000? Now there's other people that are able to buy those same homes in their same neighborhood for $250,000, $300,000. It's a crisis for some people, but not a crisis for those that prepare. We prepare here. So it's not a trouble. It's not a problem. It's actually a good thing. Every 10 years on average, it's a good thing. This is what we want. This is how you can build wealth faster. Because anybody who bought a house in 2008, 2009, imagine, they're loving life now. Things that were $100,000 is now $500,000, $600,000. Things that were $300,000 is now $800,000, $900,000. Things that were $500,000 are $1 million, 1.5, 1.2. So in a span of 14 years, wealth created out of thin air because they didn't buy the house in 2007 when the house was a $200,000 house was $550,000. People bought them, but a crash occurred. We're in that same cycle once again. So we can actually make it work where people will be able to buy, well, maybe not $50 a square foot, but they might be able to get close to it for existing homes. Under $100 a square foot potentially could happen, and that's what I'm waiting for. We're all waiting for. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Sounds like you paid too much for rapidly appreciating, in this case, a house. Again, ridiculousness. All right. So no, you don't buy when prices are high. You buy when they're low. That's why we're talking about the crisis. This is part of the crisis coming up. Interest rates increase. Money supply decreases. That means people are going to eventually be laid off. Or in this case, there's not enough people in the workforce because nobody wants to go back to work for $10 an hour or $15 an hour because that can't pay the bills. It damn sure can't even pay a month's worth of childcare. So that ain't going to cut it. So they'll stay home and save the childcare, which means they're saving the $1,500 or $1,000, $15,000, $2,000 they have to pay. So it's all relative. It's all relative. All right. Housing analyst, Eric only speaks facts. If you listen twice as much as you speak, you might just learn something. Okay. They'll get close to it because that's all it's worth. Okay, housing analyst. First of all, I'm not going to turn you off, but I'm not going to post up any more of your stuff or answering any more of your nonsense. Bottom line, people only pay what something is worth. That's the deal. You don't pay for something that's not worth it. So if somebody believes this diamond is worth 20 grand, people pay 20 grand. If they believe a house is worth 500,000, they pay 500,000 until they don't believe it's worth that amount. If you believe a Rolex watch is worth $15,000, great. Except now Rolex watches have come down in price. So somebody who bought the $15,000 watch 2 years ago, they thought they bought an investment. As it turns out, now they're worth 7, 8 grand. Is that really an investment? No, it's only the price that somebody's willing to pay. That's how it works in a capitalist system. Somebody else's garbage is somebody else's treasure. That's how it works. Yeah, crisis. Exactly. Laverne Penix. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. We've had the experience of the troll tonight, but thank you so much for being here with the icon next to your name. And Mr. Cool has entered the live stream. It's time to cancel this dude. He has no value to the conversation. Exactly. Thank you so much. Facts. Bullseye on. Okay. Well, once again, he's finally canceled. 35, 40 minutes. Kept talking nonsense, didn't provide any facts or proof of what he's saying. So I guess we tried. I tried, ladies and gentlemen. I gave the man a little bit longer time, 40 minutes of time to get this information out. So he's not coming correct with anything. So housing analysts, thank you so much for being here. Everybody was excited at first. Now it's back to ho-hum. No $50 square foot homes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Okay, 2 hours, 35 minutes. Oh my, 45 minutes of wasted time, but we went back and forth. We believed the hype. Okay, let's get into financial lifelines. Down below in the description, get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. Down below in the description, if you haven't gotten crypto yet, get your free $10 from Coinbase of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's under $20,000. Deemed an asset by JP Morgan, by Goldman Sachs, by banks. If they say it's an asset, guess what? They're buying it. We should be buying it too. All right. Down below in the description, there's that, plus the $5 of Shiba, which $5 of Shiba is probably, I don't know, thousands of Shiba, because it's only 0.000 something. And also, if you haven't received YouTube notifications, then also please go down below in the description at the very bottom, sign up for the newsletter. So that way you actually get information when I upload videos. All right, there we go. All right, here we are. Big fat donkey. What is a debt donkey? Everybody who gets debt. So, everybody that has credit cards, everybody that gets a mortgage on their house, everybody, because, everybody carries around 400 G's. And once again, if you're new here, housing analysts must be new. 70% of the population doesn't even, in America, 70% doesn't have $1,000 in their bank account. Just to give you an idea. All right. So anyhow, everybody in America is a debt donkey generally, unless you're under the Dave Ramsey school of no debt whatsoever. But generally that brings out you're going to have to be holding credit and debit cards when you travel around the world because, I guess you could hold cash, but that wouldn't be wise. Moving right along, due process, exactly. All right, you guys heard the tragedy of the CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond. Yes, but I don't know why. I'm not, the big fat bastard's not a debt donkey. Great, he's on the Dave Ramsey program. That's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, whatever makes it work best. Having no debt whatsoever is awesome. In fact, that's best case scenarios that you would want. Can't say nothing wrong about that. So that's awesome. That's where everybody should be trying to be right now, quick as possible, because credit card debt, any debt you have is going to increase. So there's no way around it. Had the big fat bastard. Okay, look, I didn't say it. Dave Ramsey is a fraud. The big fat bastard said it. I didn't say nothing about it. All right. All I'm going to say is facts. That's all I'm going to look. Let's call it what it is. I'm not even against Dave Ramsey. All I'm against is his portrayal of what to do. That's all I'm saying. The man, look, I can't let it slide. I've said this before. The man was in the 1980s crisis. He, that was just like every 10 years. He's in the 80s crisis. He was buying homes because they were cheap. Cheap money was rolling about. You could buy homes, get loans, no problems. This was the savings and loans debacle. So he actually had homes. And because he over leveraged himself, he lost a home. So that's why he has the way he feels today: buy a house free and clear. Now, with all that said, though, I will say on his resurgence, the man goes to church. And then during church, the guy that just lost homes all of a sudden starts giving people financial advice, which fair enough. He did own homes, whatever. He starts telling people, due to his failure, he starts, telling people this is what you do. Now, being that he's a church guy, funny thing, he's not like SSN Nation. He's not like Stop Struggling Now. He's not just trying to help his fellow church people, come in once a week because the church is free to use their room and I'll tell you how to do something financially. He kind of started out like that. Then one day he goes, I got to start charging people for this. Now, nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, he's making money off of this information. Then he goes, nah, man, I'm going to have a radio show. Then I'm going to have some courses and books. So he's progressed along this pattern of, yeah, he tells people what to do, but he's very, very profitable. So he can sit there and be holier than thou at this point and act like everything he's telling you is correct. Well, there's a lot of people struggling with trying to pay off bills, trying to make $150,000 a year, which most of his listeners are. They have household incomes of double six figures. Anybody making six figures, they're in a whole different ball game than 70% of the population that makes under 50 G's a year. So therefore, it's disingenuous for what he says. So when he has call-ins and he asks people how much you make, and they start going, each of us makes $70,000 a year, or I make $200,000 a year. And they're messed up, by the way. But he tells them the correct thing for making $200,000 a year. You should be paying off all your debt. Why do you have debt? That's the thing, right? He starts telling them the correct procedure. So I'm not against Dave Ramsey at all. I just don't like some of the things that he says to people that only applies to certain people. That's my problem. Oh, yeah, they said he did some stock trading fraud. Crazy. Yeah, we won't get into that. We won't get into none of that. Yeah, they said, yeah, there's something to do with that. I don't know the full details. Vanessa coming, yes, that was sad. Imagine the pressure he may have had from the possibility of being charged for fraud. Exactly. My God, was it worth you, family, and your life? Very sad. Oh, you're talking about the BBB guy, not Ramsey. But I heard some other stuff. But anyhow, the BBB guy was going to be charged with something. I appreciate the fact he's a Christian. Otherwise, he's bogus. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know how Christian it is when there's some shenanigans going on. Yeah, as Christian as a priest at a Catholic church, is that what you mean? I mean, seriously. Seriously. People are having, okay, I won't get into, I'm not holier than thou. All I'm trying to say is people are doing things in the office that works for him. He let them slide because they're on-air personalities. So it wasn't very Christian of him, right? When people are breaking the 10 Commandments and he's like, oh, I'm going to look the other way, no biggie. And then he touts his, I'm a Christian thing. I'm like, okay, dude, you can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. Either you're full-on Christian because there's no real, you can't deviate. You can forgive somebody apparently, right? But you can't sit there and fire this person because they did something against the rules of Christianity, but yet you keep on 2 or 3 other people's that's doing the same thing this other person did that you fired. I'm like, come on, man. Anyhow, I won't talk any further. Otherwise, he's bogus. The big fat bastard says, I don't like it, and they're all broke. Okay. Yeah, even the people that watch his show and call in making $200,000, $150,000 a year, they're broke too. So what? 7 out of 10 people's broke. I mean, in America, get a clue. You're acting like everybody is rich. That's not the case. Top 10 percenters own 70% of the wealth. More than 210 million Americans combined doesn't own more than the top 10%. You want to know what's scarier? Here's what's scarier. The top 1% owns 50% of the wealth in the US. 1%, 3.5 million people, own as much wealth as 175 million people combined. And you're sitting out here acting like everybody can do whatever they want, right? That's why I started the Stop Struggling Now channel, because there are people out here that are trying to find their way, trying to get out of this. I only make 50 G's, 60 G's, 30 G's, 40 G's a year, 100 G's. I still can't make ends meet. That's why we're here. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. The process. Jesus Christ. Dude, please don't do this tonight. We started off with a bang. You're talking about Kiyosaki, rich man, poor man. What the hell? Dude wrote a book. He made money from his book. The information world is littered with millionaires. This so-called rich man, what was this thing? This millionaire dude, he's never came out the closet. It's a figment of his imagination. Man, good God Almighty. Good grief, Robert Kiyosaki. Come on, man. In fact, Robert Kiyosaki was saying something today that I was just like, what is he talking about? I was like, seriously? First of all, again, I have nothing wrong. Ramsey, Kiyosaki, they do their things. I don't have no problems with either one of them. It's not like I care. The point is I'm trying to make is these guys are selling something. They're always selling something. They're not sitting there going, hey, this is what you guys should do. They're selling something. Come on. Okay, let me sell something. I got an ebook, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you, don't get debt. After you freed up all this, you have no debt. Now you go buy a home for cash. Okay. You would say, Eric, that's a good plan. I like it. People are going to go down and pay off their debt. Cool. They're going to have a house. Cool. Now, can we get into money-making ventures here? Wealth creation ventures? Because a house, you're going to die someday. You can pass it on to whoever you want to pass it on to. But as you know, the older a house gets, the more upkeep it requires. Unless, of course, you remodel. But nonetheless, I don't have an ebook. We're helping people. We're changing lives. That's what we do here. We don't need an ebook. We don't need to make a book. I don't need to make an ebook. I don't need to sell courses. I don't need to have consulting fees. None of that's necessary when you're trying to help people legitimately. All right, so let's get down to business. Let's get down to business here. All right. And here's the exact thing right here. Everybody has a different definition of broke and rich. Exactly. Exactly. Because I'm going to tell you right now. Vanessa Kamagay, please don't take the Lord's name in vain. I'm going to tell you right now. You can go to a third world country. They do not consider themselves poor because money is not always what it's about. And in fact, 95% of the time, that's not what it's about. But money is needed to live, and you need more money in America than I would in DR, than I would in Asia, right? So there's the thing. It's all relative. And you know what else is relative? You'll have people out here making money. Somebody will need help. even just a shirt, people won't give them anything because they make money. But you find a homeless person and they see another person that needs help, they'll help them. So it's all relative. All right? Very good point. Vanessa Comagay. If you have assets that make money for you, then you are on the right track. In fact, if you have any passive income, residual income coming in, speaking of this, lifetime lifelines, financial lifelines, then actually you're wealthier than you know. Because you're basically having passive income coming in that frees up your time. It doesn't matter if you have $10 million, $1 million, $5. The fact that you can do anything you want, that is wealth in itself. Because again, what percentage of the population is actually having to be at a location working at a job 40, 50, 60, or 70 hours a week, 5 days a week? I mean, that's crazy when you think about it, right? DR has a kind face, the kind that I see. Big, fat, you're about to get canceled because I don't know what you mean. Nothing against Ramsey's strategy, but I think you can build wealth quicker. Exactly, Victor Marrero. That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. Because what he's doing is he's locking people in for a longer period of time, in my opinion. That's one of the things. So everybody can save. Everybody can pay off their debt. Everybody can save. But homes that cost $300,000 is a nice home, decent home. That's going to take a few months, or a few months. It's going to take a few years for most people. But again, his audience isn't people that make 30, 40 grand generally. When people call in, they're generally making combined in a household. I've watched his show just so I can watch, because he does say some decent things. But generally, when people call in, he asks how much do you make, and it's generally people are making six figures as a household. And so generally people are like 140, 150, 200 or more. And I'm sitting there like, that's easy to solve. It's not so easy to solve when somebody calls up and says, I never heard anybody call up and say I make $35,000 a year, the average. I never make 40 grand. I don't hear nobody calling up like that, because they know calling up Dave Ramsey saying pay off your debt, they're like, I'm paying my debt, but I don't have nothing left over to save. Then they go 6 months savings. Then you have the plan, right? Well, I won't get into the plan. Dave Ramsey, I won't get into his strategies. Do process LLZ, assets over liabilities. There you go. All right. So the big fat bastard and Ramsey are no worse than realtors. They're the worst, pretty much. SSN with the cup, we win. Thank you. 252, debt free. After real estate isn't realistic for many folks. Being wealthy to me is to have extra money to do whatever I want. Exactly, Victor Marrero. That's where I have this dividing line with all these guys. They don't talk about things that they'll sit there and say, okay, get yourself a multifamily property. Okay, I understand that. But did you tell people they can get a FHA loan at 3%? Did you tell them that? Okay, they might. Maybe not. But then when you say multifamily, are you saying you're not telling them how to get a 15-unit apartment complex that costs $700,000? Because they know they're going to have to put down 20 to 25%. So now we're back in the same ball game. My house is free and clear. So now am I going to borrow from my house? But no, I'm under the Dave Ramsey program, so I'm not supposed to do that, because that has the equity in it. So now I would have that 20%, 150 to 200,000 I need. Can't do it. Dave Ramsey school. But here in the SSN Nation, you better get that $200,000 out the equity of your house, and you get that 15-unit apartment complex. Then you use the profits from that apartment complex to pay off the debt you just borrowed. That's what we do here, right? You guys already know that. You know the playbook. You know the real estate playbook. Vanessa. And that's exactly right. I want to get back to this. Again, I like this party ends with. Being wealthy to me is to have extra money to do whatever I want. That's exactly the point. Because that is wealth. When you can go around and have freedom to do what you want, people don't understand. That's part of wealth. Health, being healthy, is the other part of wealth. And you get them enough passive income to come in, like Miss Melanie Bonita, 27 streams of passive income coming in. Now you can do anything, be anywhere, and that's wealth. You don't need the mills in the bank. You're going to automatically start having money piling up the more passive income you have coming in. And then one day you might say, you know what? Anything that I'm going to buy up to a certain point, I'm just going to buy it for cash. But what some people don't realize, even Dave Ramsey, is a situation like right now. So when a person was able to borrow at 3.92% and be able to borrow $500,000 at that low interest rate, instead of paying, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, let me do something real quick. I'm going to go to the screen because this is I need this here later. This will be talked about tomorrow, by the way. This will be talked about tomorrow. So I just want to get this straight because we have people here who are considering buying a home. Don't buy one right now. All right? But I'm going to show you something. So let's just say the last year, this is realistic, $500,000. And somebody got a loan, let's say a year and a half ago, 3.92%. All right? So sure, somebody goes, that's $2,364 a month, everybody on podcast. This doesn't include the, your property taxes, your insurance and things like that. So let's just round up. In fact, I'll round up beyond what we need to round up to. $3,000 a month. All right? It'll probably be something like $2,600 or something, but we'll round up to $3,000 per month. So this begs the question. In Dave Ramsey's school, he says, go down and spend 500 G's. Save until you have the 500 G's and put down 500 G's on the house. All right. So the SSN Nation says, don't do that. And some people would say, why? The reason why is this. So I could have put down 50,000, got a loan, this loan here. Well, wait, actually, I kind of messed up. I bought a $550,000 house, let's say. All right. So anyhow, I put down 50,000. I owe 500,000 in a mortgage. My house is worth 500. And now I'm going to pay $3,000 per month. But if I had 500,000, that means I have 450,000. Right, ladies and gentlemen? So why would I get a loan when I could, let's just go with this. Adrian, I'll go with this stock, ladies and gentlemen. This is stock market dividend investing. All right. 12.2%, $3,000 a month, $36,000 per year. If I have 400,000, can somebody tell me what 10% of 400,000 is? Oh, wait, this is 12.23, but I'm just going to use 10%. I could actually have 400,000 liquid or thereabouts, depending on if the stock goes up or down. But what ain't going to go down is I'm going to be getting $3,500 a month while I'm holding another asset that's giving me $4,000, or let's just say $3,500 a month. All right. So the SSN Nation I'm going to take the cheap money, give me my $4,500, $3,500 per month that's going to pay for my house, and I have a little extra change left over for groceries, and maybe even go out to dinner, maybe even go on a trip every now and then, and have some additional savings all paid for. And then over the course of time, I pay off the house using other people's money. I still have my $400K roughly, or maybe even more. And my house went up in value, that I now am going to do debt again. Because down the road, I think, oh, well, I got nothing else to do. Why don't I buy me a multifamily thing? All right. So just illustrating one of those things that we can do here, ladies and gentlemen. That's the playbook. So therefore, all the way around, you had free time, even though you saved up all that money. All I'm saying. All right, let's get on with it. 3 hours in, went overboard today. Wasted 40 minutes with home analysis, facts, and Victor Marrero. Exactly. All right. You guys are better off buying $1 scratch off. Mr. Banker. Okay, Mr. Banker. Nobody's buying $1 scratch offs. Auntie Val, think I'll catch the fam next stream. Have a good night, fam. Thank you so much, Auntie Val. Everybody else, it's 3 hours. We wasted 40 minutes. We're talking on a different timeline right now, different mindset. Being wealthy is being in debt. Crater tube. Oh, thank you for that. Hardly. That's not what you want to be. But you will be in debt if you're wealthy. Because mostly everybody that's wealthy has debt of some sort. They either use some of their assets as collateral to get other assets, a la Michael Saylor. He went hog wild on Bitcoin and a few other things. Vanessa, Auntie Val, good night, sis. I'm checking out as well. Good night, fam. Good night, Vanessa Comagate. Let me know on Wednesday or Friday, if you can, what your game plan is. I'd be anxious to hear about it because we talk business and that helps other people about the businesses that has regard to fingernails to go. But you said you're going to figure out a way to do the exponential, which makes perfect sense. Good night, ladies, from Maria Barnes, a.k.a. Mrs. Cool. All right, Maria Barnes, good night, Mrs. Cool. That's it. Why buy a house when prices are falling? Crater 2, check out my video last week. Do not buy a house right now. Next year is when you buy a house. After the Feds increase the interest rate 3 times, September, December, and somewhere between January and March. All right. Home prices should dip dramatically, especially if, Wall Street can live with 50 basis points, which I think Wall Street's probably going to say. So the Feds are going to do 50 basis points. So anyhow, we'll get to 1.5% more. So we'll be in somewhere in the 8% range. So nobody's going to be spending for a $500,000 house, have a $4,000 mortgage. Not going to happen. People can't afford it. So therefore, housing prices have to drop dramatically. So there you go. You're going to buy at the bottom of the market, just like you should have bought in 2008 and 9 when it crashed then and housing prices went down 50%. Same thing. Everybody who had a $300,000 house went down to 180, 150. That $300,000 house is now somewhere up at around 700-800 G's. Well, I'm just saying in California. I don't know about other places. In California, that's what happened. So those people are made it out like bandits. That's what's going to happen next year, in my opinion. So we'll see. Ramsey's strategy is to acquire second and third investment properties to buy them cash or not get them. But come on, who in the hell can do that? You'll be a senior citizen still trying to get it. Exactly, Victor Marrero. That's what people are. Exactly, my point. We're trying to look. First of all, nobody knows what the future is going to be. So it's too cavalier for me to sit there and use this strategy that Ramsey, just like you're describing, says, oh, yeah, waste 15 years to 20 years and save $300 a month. Great. I mean, I don't get it. You don't know if there's going to be another COVID. You don't know if there's going to be any catastrophe around the world. So therefore, I wouldn't be putting my money on waiting 20 years. And by the way, your life expectancy in America, 75 to 80 years old. You're already 20, 23, 24. That's not prime earning years. 30 and up is about prime earning years. So by the time you're 50, you generally have been able to save what the Ramsey solution is, unless, of course, you're making the six figures, which a lot of his viewers are. So again, there's a difference between making 50,000 a year, 60, 70 versus 250 or 200. That's a huge difference. You have options at that point because you shouldn't be paying $10,000 a month for a house or rent. You should be paying 2 or 3 G's. So you should have 10,000 or 15,000 left over every month. So it's easier to obtain over the course of 2 or 3 years to have 100,000, 200,000. So there's a difference, and that's exactly right. You will be a senior citizen without using debt to speed up the process. And debt is sped up the process. This is why corporations do debt. This is why the Federal Reserve exists. Overnight federal funds rate. This is why they borrow amongst each other. If debt was a bad thing, it's not a bad thing. This is how you make things happen faster, like Victor Morell's alluding to. All right. Here, I think Crater Tubes. Why next year? Okay, I already answered it. 2008, 2009 wasn't the bottom. You might be right. All I remember is mayhem occurred in 2008, 2009. Whether it was 2010, 2011, who knows? All I'm saying is, in that time frame when all things broke loose, banks went out of business. Well, should have went out of business. Lehman Brothers did. But yeah, that's cool. Why next year? I explained 1.5 percentage. They're going to do, I don't think they have the guts to do 75 basis points on any one of these. I think one of them will be 75. I retract. 75 basis points. They will do one. I don't know if it's going to be this next one or in December, but they'll do one. And then I don't think they have the guts to do two. But we'll see. If they do, then that means 2 basis points. Ooh, that would be ugly. That'd be ugly. Oof, that would be very, very bad. All right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know if you're right or not. All I remember, it was bad. It was very, very bad. And banks were doing all kind of shady stuff. I don't know if the bottom was 2008, 2009, 2010, but things hit the fan. 2005 and 6, I remember my friends buying houses that were overpriced. And I tried to talk them out of it. I said, don't do it. But they got caught up in everything else. In California, you bought a house this month for, let's say, 400 grand. It was worth 450 the next month. So it was like this greed factor kicked in. Housing prices were going up so fast that people were like, damn, I better get in because my house, I just lost $100,000 in equity in 3 months. I'm like, don't do it, man. But nonetheless, here we are again. I don't know what city or state you're in, but if you lived in Florida, you would know at bottom. If you lived in California, you would know what I mean by bottom is if a house costs $500,000 and then over the next year it costs 200 to 250, that's bottom. That's 50, 60% off. That's what happened in Florida and worse than Florida. California also got 50% off homes to 60% off home prices, just so you know. So a lot of states were in that ballpark. Nevada was outrageous. And to this day, I'm beating myself because I went to that catastrophe in Nevada and they were selling condos for $15,000. I'm not talking about 1-bedroom condos. I'm talking about 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom duplexes and condos in Las Vegas was $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in gated communities. So that's bottom. I just don't know what year it was. I think it was 2009, I think, somewhere in there. Well, bottom means the bottom of the market. So that's what bottom means. Just like in the stock market, what's the bottom of the market, right? Nobody knows. So there'll be a bottom after it dropped, in my opinion, 30%. Well, Dow Jones was up near 40,000. Now it's around 30. That's like 30% over the last year and a half. So that's bottom, right? What's the bottom? The bottom could be 25. That's what it means. All right. Yep, the bottom is ahead of us. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's your definition. Yeah, exactly. The bottom will be ahead of us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 hours, 10 minutes. We got to talk about this cruise on land again. I forgot to show you this. I got sidetracked an hour ago. Here's what I wanted to show you. Cruise on land, everybody who's still here. Sad news about cruise on land. Here's sad news. Again, 3-bedroom, not available. On the bottom floor or top floor, they're not available in building 1 or 2. I'm about to show you the layout. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I know you can barely see it, but check this out. Check this out here. All right. Can you guys see this? The buildings for sale right now is building 1. So just keep that in mind. Let me see if you guys can still hear me. I might do this. Okay. I think my audio was removed. I had to add it back in. Notice building 1, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's what's for sale right now. 1 and I believe 2, both are for sale. That's in the green. But look at this. They're going to have 12 buildings. So you know what that means. This means that the price is going to go up somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 per building. Exactly. So you see, and here's the thing. Remember we talked about those 100 amenities, which is insane. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what this other stuff is. Marrero. Marrero. Where exactly is that in the Verona area? It's let's say you come out by the airport, and you know how you go downtown. Instead of going downtown, you go the opposite way. You go west. And so it's out back. So you go left, but that's an area that they're designing right now. They're actually going to have a freeway out back there that's going to come into downtown as well. And so it doesn't matter. It's almost the same. It takes 10 or 15 minutes from about this location is what they're saying. So that's where I'll show you on a map. All right. Yes, Victor is in Verona. Yeah. Verona is where Christopher is. I think Epic is out there too. And that's when I was out at Christopher and they were saying they're going to build new projects out there. Well, guess what? Here's one of them, Cruise on Land. There's some other projects that's going to be next to Christopher apparently. Because all it was just, well, I call it jungle, but trees. That's all it was out there. And they said at Christopher at Dead End, they were going to build. They said that the street's going to go all the way through, and there's going to be other projects next to Christopher. This, I don't know. This isn't next to Christopher, but all I'm saying is it's in Verone, which now means if they build cruise on land, this project in Verone, that means they've upped the game in the Verone area. That's for sure. But the units aren't that big. That's the only thing. I mean, 700 square feet for a 2-bedroom is kind of small. So anyhow, notice 1 through 12. So they're going to have 12 buildings surrounded by. This is interesting because this is that pool area with the restaurants and all that, I'm assuming. I can't blow this up, unfortunately. And then they have other 100 amenities, and I'm looking for that wave park, that water park with the slide, the wave machine. Where is that? That could be anywhere. It's not number 6. But over here, we can see, well, tennis courts. Then they're going to have basketball courts. This looks like that's a driving range. Top Golf, probably not, but driving range on site. I can't tell what this tracks are here. Doesn't look like a running track. And then this looks more like another little area. Could be the gardens, because they have a gardens area somewhere. And there's some buildings up here. We don't know what those are. So looks like it's going to be gated, I hope, potentially. So again, we don't know everything, but I got this today, which was very, very cool. Very, very cool. Very cool. Daniel said now that the proof of concept is proven with building 1 and 2 being mostly rented, the price will increase significantly for the new builds. Damn. That's not good. That's not good at all. When you say significantly, I knew that's what I was worried about, because again, the materials cost, they don't know, and I don't think they want to take the chance. I'm hoping not significantly. I'm hoping it's going to be like normal, another $5,000 to $10,000 more. That's what I'm hoping for, because that would still keep things in the proper perspective and range. In case you don't know what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, this is cruise on land. Thanks, Maria. That's what I was thinking. Once you get to that light, right is to San Juan Shopping Center and left is to Verone. Exactly. Exactly. That's it. Exactly right. That's exactly right. Yep, that's it. San Juan. Exactly. So, there's actually a Experiences Park over there. Not in Verone. Experiences Park. We're going to do zip lining, ATVs. There's little waterfalls in there, things like that. Leo Ramirez is in the house. Welcome. Hold on. Let me get this off. Welcome. I still haven't gotten it off yet. Hold on. I got to welcome him properly. Ladies and gentlemen. I don't have this off yet. Hold on. Let me get this link off the screen. Because Leo Ramirez is responsible. He's solely responsible for telling us about cruise on land, and we talked about it. So welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. It's appropriate. Thank you so much again for giving us the heads up. But there's hardly anything left with regard to 3 bedrooms. The 3 bedrooms are on 2nd and 3rd floor. There's 1 or 2 units available. The 2 bedrooms, they have a few of those available, but none of them are on the 1st floor or penthouse. So you're stranded. You're stranded, ladies and gentlemen, with 1 bedrooms or AKA studio units right now. Yep, a lot of new projects are expanding west. There's hardly nothing on the ocean side for an affordable price. Exactly, Victor Morero. That's why your property at the Galaxy that you paid is going to go up in value, because beachfront areas are blocked. That's pretty much what's happening. Hard Rock has their property. All the other all-inclusive resorts have their property. And then those few in Cordacito and down on down the line where Maple Beach is, they have their property. So I agree with you. But this is why we have to talk, Leo Ramirez. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. This is the cruise on land. Look at that. Look at that. Man-made lake, mini lake, and they still have pools. So the first phase actually is kind of cool because you're by the pool, you're by this section here. So that's why this is very, very interesting. And the price is right. I mean, $126,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo at this location is reasonable. $90,000 for a studio that they call a 1-bedroom. That's all furnished is reasonable. 75, 76, 70,000 unfurnished is reasonable. All that's reasonable. And then they have all these amenities that you can see scrolling here. There's a hoop court. Remember, this hasn't been built yet. So this is just people giving their promos, right? So this is what it's going to look like. All right. I still like this waiter coming around like on a cruise ship. I like this right here. There's a bar down here, it appears. There's a place seating area up here. You got to like this. Across the way, the same thing. You got to like it. I like this. I just don't like the way the rooms are. I wish they were bigger. I mean, 2 bedrooms had 2.5 baths. 3 bedrooms had 3.5 baths. I mean, studio was really a 1-bedroom. I wish that was the case. But look at this. They have green areas, sitting areas. I mean, this is cool. I'm excited for this project because they're upping the game for everybody, just like Vista Cana upped the game, just like Cana Rock's trying to match up now, just like downtown and the beach had to up their game because the beach didn't even have a sports area. Now they have a sports area. They also have grilling area. They also have beach volleyball. They also added some other things around the beach. The hotel, they changed. They took out the hotel and said, we'll just manage it and build the condos, which were going to be a condo hotel anyhow. So they're still going to have the restaurants. They're still going to have the spa. It's all good. So it upped the game to where people had to say, whoa, wait a minute. We got to do something different. And now Cruise on Land out here is trying to do their thing. So look at this. Oh, Victor Marrero, I can't tell from this map exactly where it is. That's the problem here. But if I can only guess where this is. I can't, because this is downtown. So you wouldn't have went downtown. And when we were at Christopher, you drive through here and then you had to turn off. And I don't know exactly where Christopher is, but anywhere you see this kind of stuff, I don't know how new or old this is, but this is that highway that there's a highway they were talking about Christopher was going to run into. So I don't know if this is Christopher down this way, but nonetheless, this is already planned out that they were going to actually have highway coming in from over here somewhere. So maybe this is what they're referring to. I don't know, but this is what they said. So this, I can't tell. One of these days I'm going to have to get that. But look at this. 100 amenities. I still don't know what those are. Still looking. Artificial beach with a wave pool. Okay. I don't know where this artificial beach with the wave pool is, but I didn't see that on our little picture. We didn't see that. All right. Thanks, Leo. Exactly. A lot of new projects are expanding west. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 3 hours, 24 minutes. We're going to have to talk about this on another day. I'm sorry for going off the rails this evening, messing around with the guy that said he can build $50 per square foot. That took up a lot of time, valuable time, but we'll get straight on Wednesday night live stream where it's members only with the icons that's going to be in the chat room. And let me think if there's anything else that I can share with you tonight. How about that? Because I did get in touch with Daniel. Daniel was very helpful. So that's awesome. In fact, hold on, let me see. In fact, that's where I got the rendering for the complex itself, was thanks to him. And he's very helpful. But my problem is I'm very, very picky at this point. And like I said, the only thing that makes sense to me is the 3-bedroom penthouse unit, because that gives you a 4th bedroom. Everything else doesn't make sense. In fact, I'll do this because some people may not have seen. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Yes, I can. This is Daniel's website that I'm going to go to right now for everybody that might be interested in pre-construction property in Dominican Republic. Christopher is 20 minutes from Cruise on Land and is Veron. Yes, Christopher is in Veron, Leo, but isn't Cruise on Land in Veron as well? Well, then again, I don't know how big Veron is. That would be interesting. We'll be there next month. All right, Victor Morero, maybe he'll do a road trip out there. Actually, I'm going to show a video because somebody else did a road trip out there. So they didn't show the road trip. They just showed what's across the street from where they're planning on building Cruise on Land. And it was in a residential, well, not really residential. There was a few homes, and then they said, oh, over here, and there was just a big field is where this place is supposedly going to be built. So I don't know in relation to where Christopher is. So thank you, Leo, for letting us know that Christopher is 20 minutes away, which that begs the question. That's pretty far. That's crazy right there. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get it on English version. In case you're interested, you can get. In fact, I'll just do this right. We're not where I need to be yet. I'm gonna actually show you. This is where we're going. They have other projects. Let me get to the English version. What's happening? All right. So 800,000 square meters mean nothing. 12 U-shaped buildings with central pools, patios, balconies. Every building has elevators. And they're up to hotel standards because that's about what size these rooms are. They're built seemingly for short stays, that's for sure. What you see down here is what you can do if you have a 3-bedroom. 3 bedrooms are only these right here. Well, they're not only, but what I mean is they're the only ones that's out front. All right, these are the 3 bedrooms. So you can have yourself a pool, jacuzzi down here all by yourself. But also what I don't like is that it's the entrance of the building. Even though there's a fence here, everybody that lives in the building walks through here. Well, not everybody, but this is one entrance. Here's the other entrance. The other 3-bedroom is on the back side, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So here we go. There's 2 here, and then these are 3 bedrooms right here on the corners. There are no other 3 bedrooms in here. These are all studio units. There's some 2 bedrooms in here too, but generally all studio, what they call 1-bedroom units. And this is pool view. Then you have park views and panoramic views around the sides. But pool views, everybody on the inside. And Leo has an inside unit because he has pool view, I believe. All right, so he has this view. Now, I don't know where this wave pool is, but it's not in any one of these pictures. So it's very interesting that they're talking about there's a wave pool area somewhere. That would be cool. Here goes some restaurants, paddle boats. And now, since we're here, nope, that's not where I want. Yes, maybe that is it. This is where I had it started at 53,000. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? That's what one of these, now notice they say these are 1-bedroom hotel suites. They are hotel suites. They're using the Euro translation. 36 square meters is clearly not big enough for a one bedroom. So here you go. 53,000 to 77,000, I guess, is what it was at one time. I don't know what they're talking about here because the penthouse unit is 90,000 fully furnished. So now an unfurnished unit is 77,000. I don't think there's any more 50-some thousand units. In fact, here's what the studio looks like. Very simple. Walk in. The cool part is they still have a 2 cooktop oven, or 2, maybe even an oven underneath. But anyhow, this is it. Sliding door. This is downstairs on the first floor with the patio enclosed. Looks like you can walk through here. Kind of cool. Then here's what's on the second and third floors. All right, same design, except now you lose that area you would have if you're on the first. And here we go with the penthouse unit. The stairs are outside. You walk up, and this is what you have. Penthouse, 90,000, fully furnished, already ready to go with the management company because it's hotel standard. If you do not get the furniture package, then you will not, more than likely, be in or be able to be in the rental pool. Just letting you know. All right? God bless you. Leo, they're going to have a casino. Exactly, Leo. I know this is crazy. This is crazy. There's this wave pool. There's all this stuff that's going on. I just can't believe it. Now, just so you know, I made a video about this, so you can check it out. I won't go any further other than I will show you the 3-bedroom. 1-bedroom hotel suite. Again, this is not a 1-bedroom. And I'm going to show you what I mean. These are 88,000, 102,000 fully furnished. It's it might be 102. But it's 44 square meters, which now gets you almost at 500 square feet. Here's the difference. It's a little bigger. It's a lot bigger, actually. Notice they have a desk in the middle to try to separate. And this is what I was referring to. You could actually put doors here to turn it into a 1-bedroom. But then the bath is over here, which nothing wrong with that if you plan on renting, because then the person would have to leave here and kind of, what it is. But you can still turn it into a 1-bedroom nonetheless. Sofa sleeper now has private areas. That's kind of cool. Patio, second and third floor. But once again, get up to the fourth, and you have this. Outside of the bedroom is that's interesting, is the way up to get to the terrace. Terrace is just like the other one, nothing major. So now you will see I am going to go to the 3-bedroom. Oh, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. So here's your 3 bedrooms. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm assuming 1 on each corner. So that means they have 2, 4, 6. So they have 12 in a building. All 12 have been sold out for building 1 and 2. No 3 bedrooms are available. All right. The green is 2 bedrooms. So now you see I should say one other thing. The 3 bedrooms are also on the second and third floor. But again, they're 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. You don't have any area. So if you're going to get a 3-bedroom, you should get one on the first floor or one on the 4th floor. Anything else in between is all a 3-bedroom, 2 bath with only a balcony. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now, Leo might know, he might put it in how much a 2-bedroom is. I can't remember. Is it 108? No, it's 126, I believe, fully furnished. 126, 130, fully furnished for a 3-bedroom. I'm going to go to a 3-bedroom now, even though the 2 bedrooms here. But again, there are no 2-bedroom penthouses. So Here we go. The 2 bedrooms are, I remember 108. So that's probably, Leo, help me out. 108 is unfurnished and 120 is furnished. But anyhow, again, if you can have a 2 bedroom, the ones to get are on our first floor. First floor, because you have this extra lawn area. Still only 2 bedroom, 2 baths though, but none you can do about that. Well, actually, something you might be able to do about it if you're on the bottom floor, but if the HOA allows it. Here's what happens though when you don't have a yard or a terrace. This is it. This is when you're upstairs. This is your balcony area. And so you're restricted to that 66 square meters. And then on the 4th, this is where you have your patio. Then you have your terrace upstairs. But this is another bathroom up here. And this is showing another entrance. That's interesting. All right. So that's the 2 bedroom. But wait, that means on the 4th floor, there are 2 bedrooms. None for sale, none available. So there we go. All right. And let's go to, where's the 3rd bedroom? Oh, pictures, renderings. All right. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Rodriguez, you can write down his address. Write down his phone number. He's on WhatsApp. Okay, here we go. They're going to have a casino. That's beautiful. 109. Thank you so much, Leo Ramirez. Appreciate that. Uh-oh, look who's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Rodriguez Real Estate is here. He's in the house. There you go, Daniel, showing you some love. And by the way, the live stream keeps playing. There's his phone number. You can reach him. Cruise on Land is an excellent project to invest and generate profits under the rental pool system. If you want to know the payment plan that fits your budget, contact Daniel Rodriguez. He's here. You got the number for everybody on podcast. Hit him up with WhatsApp. It's 1-849-266-6167. Let them know you saw it in the SSN Nation with Eric. Stop struggling now. These guys, look, I'm going to tell you like it is. If you're interested in a 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom, I suggest you jump on board like ASAP because there's hardly any available. Let me know, Daniel, if that's correct. I believe there's only 3 units, 3 2 bedrooms, and a handful of 3 bedrooms available. And you know my point of view on this. The 3 bedroom, I'm using his site. So once again, once you see this on the replay, ladies and gentlemen, go check out Daniel. Make sure you get in contact with him and get him on WhatsApp. I left it on the page, and Daniel knows the same way I feel because I let him know earlier today is about the 3 bedroom, 3 bath. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, to optimize a better price, to optimize what you're paying for, I would go with a 3 bedroom. It's either, and I'm just going to say this, you either have to get the first floor where you have a jacuzzi, pool, or my favorite out of all these. Look, I love this right here. I love this. This is awesome. I love this. The only thing I don't love is 2 baths. But who's to say? Maybe HOA will give us some allowances. Add a bathroom somewhere. Right here is good. Give this bedroom a bathroom. That's beautiful. Look at that right there. Nonetheless, though, I doubt if they'll let that happen. But all I'm saying is you either have to get the first floor unit and get the pool fully furnished. You don't have to get it fully furnished, but you got to get the pool. I think the pool's included. Let me know, Daniel. And then this is what happens when you're on the 2nd and 3rd floor. You're limited to the space. And you're limited to definitely only having 2 bathrooms with 2 additional sleeping areas and a living room area that you could have a sofa sleeper potentially. So nonetheless, my favorite, if you have to optimize, if you're looking for rentals and doing things, this is the one you want to optimize. This is the one you want to buy. Daniel, I know you get more profit. I understand. It's not because of Daniel, ladies and gentlemen. You guys already know I said it before. If I'm buying, my friend said, if I'm buying here, what would I get? I got a call from a friend of mine, and he's interested, and he goes, if I'm buying, Eric, I want to buy what you would buy. I said, look, if you're going to buy something, you got to get the 3-bedroom penthouse at Cruise on Land. And then I told him why. Because not only do you have 3 bedrooms here, each bedroom can sleep 2 people. That's 6. If you got crazy, I'm not enamored about this small living room area, but still, that doesn't mean nothing. I can still have a sofa sleeper in here, but that's why I need another bathroom at this joint. Okay, but we don't have that other bathroom. But what we do have in the penthouse is a reason to get the penthouse, because I can sleep 8 people in this area, and this is the roundabout to get upstairs, which now means if the bathroom here is blocked, you can go upstairs, and looky here. We have another bathroom, full bathroom upstairs. So now that alleviates my one little problem. And look at this, they have water up here. Where there's water, there means you can do some things. But on to the most creme de la creme, 4th bedroom. You can sleep 10 people. That's what I'm trying to say. Here it is. Let's see. Dan, undoubtedly the best choice for rentals, 4-bedroom apartment that is penthouse type. Exactly, Daniel. And there's only, unfortunately, how many in a building? 2 or 3. I forgot the floor plan for it. There's only 2 penthouses in a building, ladies and gentlemen, maybe 3-bedroom penthouses. That's it. That's going to be the one people are going to try to get to. Remember, Cruise on Land has 100 amenities. So I just wanted to show you. See, this is a very small area. This is what I'm saying. You can't put 6 people at this table, even though they're showing this 6-person table. Maybe in the 3-bedroom you might, because it is 94 square meters, right? So maybe. But you might be able to get 6. That's what you want. 6 people seated in so they can eat. Sofa sleeper. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, sofa sleeper, top notch. Well, do they have a sofa sleeper here? Is that what that is? We need a sofa sleeper. I don't know if that's what they're going to do, but I doubt it. But you can still sleep 8 people, and then tell them I need a sofa sleeper. Simple as that. Need a sofa sleeper. So you want to sleep 10. All right. The reason why you want to sleep 10 is go check out Airbnb, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Go check out Airbnb, because once you put in during January, February, March, and April, put in sleep like 6 and see how much you can find property rentals for. Then put in 10. And all of a sudden you go, oh, now I see why you're talking like this, because you can charge $500, $600, $700, $800, even maybe $1,000 per month. Now, Leo brought up something tonight. When you put in a casino, that changes the whole game. If it's a real casino, now I'm just going to say, okay, well, if you're going to put in a casino, please tell me you're going to put in a place where you can hold concerts. Because if you do that, oh my, that would be crazy. Now you're infringing upon the Hard Rock Casino and hotel territory. But again, he says it best, 4-bedroom apartment that is penthouse, that's it. Currently, we do not have these available, but in the following buildings, they would be available from October 2022. Wait, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting some breaking news here tonight. If you stayed here late, here we are. Daniel, what buildings are we talking about? Do you know? Is it building 3 and 4? Or are they going to go across the way and do 12 and 11? I doubt if they crisscross. They're probably going to line up these. The first one's going to be built is going to be 1 through 5. Are you saying in October? I'm just like, why? I don't like all these studio units. They should have just knocked the wall down and made like these badass 2-bedroom units. Okay, Newport Beach, Miami. Their badass 2-bedroom units are built like that. They basically had 1-bedroom units side by side. Well, studios side by side. Similar situation to how these studio units are being built here. You know what they did? They actually put a wall to create 1-bedrooms at the back, just like I'm talking about the suite unit. They built 1-bedrooms by the back. They put a door through to the next suite over, and then that door matched up to where they could build a 1-bedroom behind there, and they call them 2-bedroom units. So really, they're 2 old studio units. It's incredible. So they're able to get more money because they changed them into a 2-bedroom. So I'm just saying that's what they did at Newport Beach, not California. It's in Miami and Sunny Isles. Newport Beach and Hotel, Sunny Isles. That's what they did. And so this reminds me of the same type of setup that they're doing here at this place. So anyhow, let's see what Daniel has to say about this. If he knows, 3 and 4. 3 and 4, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Daniel, since you're here, do you know where they're putting this water park, that wave pool that they say is like 10,000 square meters of I don't see it here on this plot map unless, well, no, number 6 is a building. I don't see any big old wave pool area here with water park. Where's that at? So that means it might be out here. I don't see gardens that they're talking about unless they're going to be back in the back. I do see looking like tennis courts. I don't see softball. I might see racquetball or something. I don't see tennis courts. I don't see where they're talking about cycling. So I think there's more to this that's going to happen. Veron Higway Street. There you go, Victor Marrero, if you're still here. They're saying that's the Veron Higway Street. Okay, that's going to be a major street. All right. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. You got a special treat tonight for everybody who was here late. Everybody here late got a special treat that Daniel came into the house. He's ahead of us in time, I think. So he's up late. He's in the DR. So this is a special treat. So I want to thank you, Daniel, for being here. Daniel Rodriguez in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure, once again, you go check him out if you need some information. You got to hit him up on WhatsApp, 1-849-266-6167. All right? Let them know. Oh, wait a minute. I must share the master plan so that you can see everything, since that image does not show everything. Oh, my, the master plan. You have that? Man, please email it to me. I'll add it to the arsenal for Wednesday night live stream, because I'm going to talk about it probably again on Wednesday night live stream, where members that have the icon, you might not be able to join us, Daniel, because only members with the icon can be in the chat room, like Victor Marrero. They're the only ones with the icon. They're the only ones that can be in Wednesday nights. So we'll go into it a little bit more. Send me the plot map. But first of all, Daniel, since you're here, do you happen to know how much phase 2 is going to cost? Can you spill the beans on that? For any of the units, actually. I'm thinking if the 3-bedroom, I had the price, I can't remember. I don't know how much the penthouse. I think you told me too. You said the penthouse might cost $200,000, if I'm not mistaken. So 209. I think that's what you said. So you might know that answer already, if I'm not mistaken. 209. And also, Daniel, when you wake up tomorrow, or since you're still awake, let me know what the anyhow, let me know what that information about a cap that we talked about earlier on material cost or anything going up in price. Let me know if you're going to be able to find out about that. And let me know about, I think I have it, but the 209, let me know what that is as well. 209,000 was a 3-bedroom penthouse. That's not unreasonable, not yet. When they get around the building number 6 or 7, it's going to get into unreasonable territory. But even then, it's still not going to be unreasonable. But thank you so much for being here. Please send me that master plan via email or via WhatsApp. Either one's fine. And I'll have it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go. 4 hours almost. This is a record. Thank you, Daniel, for coming in. Leo Ramirez, thank you so much for letting me know about this on Monday night, or Friday night, was it? So thank you so much for that. And now Daniel Rodriguez has people to call him up, and he's going to continue to have them call him up. 37 members of SSN Nation has invested in the Punta Cana area and in the Dominican Republic, as a couple have invested in Santo Domingo, Samana, and at Las Terranas, and also over at Cabarete. So we have bulk of people are in the Punta Cana region. So once again, the prices are just right before they get out of hand, ladies and gentlemen, because you know by the time they go to buildings 5 and 6, it's going to start to escalate. All right, just keep that in mind, because it's going to be high season too, because you want to get in before high season. Just putting that out there before they have like 100,000 people a week coming into Punta Cana to stay there, and finding out there's a Veron place over here that they can buy for under 200 grand for most, all the 2 bedrooms and the 1 bedrooms. They're all under 200 grand, and the 1 bedrooms will probably still be under 100 grand. So that means unfurnished, but I'm pretty sure after this next buildings, they're going to increase it at least 10 G's. Somewhere between 5 to 10, I predict. So plan on that. All right. Well, we're going to go, everybody. So thank you so much again for being here. Thank you for watching. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And you know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to continue this talk. Beware, you are part of the American crisis, but your financial lifeline, it's out here, ladies and gentlemen. We have them down below in the description. And stay tuned, because the sister property, SSN Lifestyle, we have Ring of Fire, business opportunities, ways to earn money, earn up to 1.5% a day, down below in the description. It's crypto. But once again, please stay tuned. Hopefully we'll see you on the Wednesday night live stream at 8:50 p.m. All right. We have a going signature out. God bless you all. And thank you very much, Mr. Eric, for your valuable work. We keep in touch. Exactly. We'll keep in touch. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.